see all the imperfections.
Yeah, fuck it, we'll fix it in post.
So much for Oscar though. It's like a whole just a session of fixing.
Oh, that is so cool.
Hello, everybody.
Oh. Hey.
That was so cool.
To Maxed and Doubled.
It was pretty cool, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Do it
I was
again.
talking.
Do it again.
No, that's
Want
what
me to do it
talk
again?
about.
I'll do it again.
Do it again.
That's
There we
my
go.
pretty boy.
It's your pretty boy.
Yeah, buddy. Man, nothing's gonna happen. Wait,
Archibald cast invisibility.
Glenn died, and we got a new player today.
Archibald cast invisibility and left.
Go sit down, I'm running the show tonight.
Oh no!
It's
There he
gone.
is. Apparently my camera can see Archibald, but his can't. Oh, he's back!
I like how Glenn kind of just made his character look very similar to him, but of all us,
I
we
didn't
just
draw
went
that, Josh.
completely different.
So,
Are you sure, man? It's just...
as
I mean, if you
you,
picture me with a braid, Josh, and dark hair, it's not that different.
as you
Yeah,
all
like
have
me,
been
like
seeing,
long braids. Yeah. Sorry. As soon as he starts talking, I have to start talking.
You lost control of the show!
as you all have been seeing, we have some official campaign art that has been done. I'll show you it now, real quick. Have a look at this. This is by our wonderful friend Jore. You can go to his Facebook page. It's spelled J-O-R-E with an accent. I don't have a link on me at the moment. Jore something. But head over there. We
Sorry,
also
bud.
have, as will be shared in chat, there is a link that is available because as will be shared in chat very shortly, I have some homebrew that I'm going to show off, which can be shared in chat here. Anna has the link, so I'm sure she'll post it in that chat soon. And at the bottom, there is a link to Jore's art station, so you can find him there. But
What a nice
as you can
guy.
see in this picture, we
He's a
have
nice guy for it.
Fenrir over there on the left, looking all fucking badass,
Shady
like I love him.
motherfucker.
Sariel
He
just
came
in
back
front of
real
him.
good.
Sariel just in front of him with Sulfur. Archibald there in the back, John in the red, and then Silkus on the right hand
Yeah,
side there.
buddy.
So that is our official start of campaign artwork, graphic, whatever you'd like to call it.
I like the colors that we have.
Obviously, it's already kind of inaccurate based on some things that you guys have done, but
There's no spoon for
I'm
John.
sure we'll develop
I'm disappointed.
I am not keeping that spoon around. You realize?
I'm gonna make that enchanted and make it a +1 spoon. And
Well,
you'll
too
have
bad.
to-
You're gonna have to go back to where we fought the wyvern because it's still there.
Guess what we're
I
going
believe-
shopping for?
I believe Archibald put a range of spoons in the bag of holding for just such occasions.
John doesn't know that.
that's true, he doesn't.
I have to
Damn
scatter
it.
them around so John has the ability to find them himself.
Oh, it's great.
So, like, we're just gonna get in a fire and you're just gonna take it to the bag of holding and, like, pull out a spoon and, like, throw it at John's feet, like, I didn't do anything.
No, I'll just make sure we get into a fight in like a kitchen or something and then put them in the drawer.
Just empty the entire drawer.
Every time.
Can we fight pestilence in a kitchen?
You can certainly try.
Excellent.
See, he wants to fight in the kitchen. I want to fight pestilence in a like infinitely extending featureless plane where longbows are extremely effective.
I don't.
The farther back you shoot it, the more damage it does.
And also, there are no horses.
Yeah. You'll also have to excuse me this today. Apparently, something has happened in the last 10 minutes and I've destroyed my back. So if you see me wincing in pain, it's okay. I'm just dying.
That's alright.
We
Also,
love
if you
it.
see a big red light in front of my face, it's just because I'm muted because I'm coughing.
Hey, we're all fucking
We will
dying.
support you through your renal failure, Oscar.
Yeah. That's what it feels like.
It's what it is.
Every time I move in a certain way. And it's really
Tall
painful.
people and their problems.
Yeah, this is not something that's new to me. Not at all.
I was literally just thinking you are, like, what, 5 years younger than me? And you have back problems already?
Yeah, right.
I've had back
right.
problems since I was quite young.
That's why I had long hair for such a long time. It just sort of like rebalanced him.
Yeah.
It's like a tail.
Brought my posture up a little.
I was actually
had weight.
thinking the other way, whereas he had long hair for so long that it damaged his spinal column.
Yeah, it was too
I
heavy.
added
Like
weight,
the
yeah.
weight of
It
it.
was too much hair. It was too heavy.
No.
Well,
Hey,
now-
Josh! Tara's
However,
gonna start the campaign.
I do.
I'm much about nothing.
Previously,
We need to get some duct tape and put it over Josh for the intro.
He's the one that
you are like it's like trying to herd smoke. It really is.
Gas is full, man. Let's go.
Hey Josh,
Hey, me.
we're getting along and I like it.
Oh, great. That's gonna not laugh.
Previously on Maxed and Doubled,
Dun.
Fuck.
the Calamity Hunters, as
Hey,
you've
that's
become-
us.
as you've come to be known,
But then there's no Calamity.
completed a task set
We're
for you
unemployed.
by the Mestrial of Yon.
No.
Returning a wyvern head to an orc leader as proof of its destruction, you were met with cordiality back in the city and
Ooh, that's a
rewarded
name.
generously with, I believe, 1,600 golds and boots of spider climbing and periaptive health,
Yeah.
as well as the writ detailing the Mestrial's support for you and the provision. My notes. The provision of the umbral batteries.
Going in blind.
What is happening? Is Hannah very, very loud?
It's just a little bit.
Okay.
I can always make that. I can always fix that. Okay, close to the mic.
Once you collected the batteries from Lucas at the warehouse, you all did some shopping. And where Silkus spent some money, as per usual. You bought some odds and ends, just wandered around, doing what you needed to do, preparing for the trip to the north that you were about to undertake. And then you searched for a bounty board because, well, you were curious, I guess. A couple of the available bounties sounded interesting, but proved a little too far out of the way to be practical at the current stage. But Archibald noticed a posting offering a reward for the death of the horseman Pestilence. The low amount listed didn't sit quite right with you, and you decided to check on the person who placed the listing in case they had been really affected by Pestilence's affliction. After very little deliberation, you broke into the house of an otherwise random civilian to find a woman lying in bed, stricken
I
with an
didn't
easily
break.
recognizable disease.
I just want
I
to say
did not break.
this is when
I
It's called
lockpicked.
It's called breaking in, okay?
I didn't break anything.
We just entered.
I
Yeah.
just
We
entered.
To
removed
be
the
fair-
We just
obstacle in our way.
unruly entered.
Here's an interesting thing about lock picking and whatnot. You actually technically damage the lock a little bit every so often when you do that.
Josh, the
But
lock is
that's-
not broken.
it's
that-
damaged.
rolled
I can't
Really
stand
high.
it.
That
Fair.
not much more than using a key.
Yeah, but still, that's
After,
illegal. This wasn't.
after entering
Also,
a
this is when I
stranger's
started
house
joining the stream.
unsolicited, you
Watching the stream.
found a woman lying in
What's up
bed,
with
stricken with an easily recognizable disease, that of Pestilence's curse, his
flu.
affliction.
Oh.
At Sariel's encouragement, and with some apology, Silkus administered Corma's remedy.
Oh,
Leaving the home, you waited around for the woman's husband, who was grateful, to a degree, for your assistance. You
Poor
took
guy.
a long rest at the Rock's
Oh,
Roost
dear.
Inn, and now prepare yourselves to head north once more. It is the morning of
The 12th.
12th of Florence.
Nightingale.
You are in your respective rooms. Yes, Sariel.
I have two things that I want to do before we leave town.
What are these two things that you would like to do before leaving town?
I want to claim this boots of spider walking, and do I have to attune to them?
I believe...
I'm like-
They are
Mine-
tuning tight. But also, before we start, anyone got a spare pencil?
No, bring your own.
Actually, I do have a spare. Here you
Oh,
go.
thank you.
Don't forget to write in the longbow and the 20
Yes, make
arrows.
sure you do that.
Oh,
Yes.
They
Yeah,
do require
that,
attunement. Yes,
right.
they do require attunement.
Alright, I'll change the longbow.
I'll tune to the
So they do
arrows.
require okay, so the first thing I want to do is attune to the boots.
I will allow that to have happened
Yeah.
during the night.
Wow.
So-
Okay,
back.
so what do I
Power
get?
move, that's a
Can someone
power
give me an
move.
item thingy for this boots? Because I don't have no idea what these boots do.
Well,
sound
it's, I will send you a photo
I'll send it.
Cool, thank
Okay.
you.
from the
And
MG.
the other thing is, before we leave, I want to go and see if the cure worked on the lady.
Okay.
Any other?
Okay. So
How
are
much
you
does
going to
the
wait
boat
around for these guys, or are you going
How
to
much does the boat cost?
50.
I did
50
not
gold.
Yes.
Shit.
give myself a great first impression, so I'm gonna wait for at least Silkus.
Oh, I'm gonna come with.
Okay.
Ah, yes, the burglars enter the crime. Go back to the crime.
Yeah.
Shut your
Right.
face, man. We sort of.
Hey, I called you into the building, therefore you also broke it.
I was on autopilot. And I watched the stream and was so confused what the fuck was happening. Also, I'd like to go and see if find a magical item shop or magical shop in general.
Okay, you can certainly try.
Yeah, okay.
First, you're all heading down with Sariel.
We're heading up.
Yeah, but
Come
I'm
on,
gonna
man.
like stay.
Over.
Yes, but I'm gonna stay kind of like street corner. Like I don't particularly want to be involved in the conversation, seeing as I wasn't really involved in the break-in.
Okay.
Not gonna lie. I'm gonna quickly do something. You guys made your bed. Lay in it, and I'm gonna walk to the magic store.
Okay.
Alright, mister,
So
I
you're
just
doing
gave
that?
strangers drugs and I'm not going to follow up on it the next day. As I walk away.
Okay. So, Sariel, Sulfur, and you two head back to the residence of the woman that you administered Columna's aid to on the previous day. You walk up. Who's actually going up to the building?
I'm going to knock on the door loudly until there's a response.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's
Like,
one of those
I'm not
people.
gonna
Stop
break
her
in
after 3
again,
knocks.
But I'm going to be insistent.
If
Are they
you-
sli- are
Also,
they
just pointing
slippers or
out.
spider climbing in this?
They're boots, but it is slippers. Yeah, sorry.
So just pointing out that you knocking on so many times could damage the wood a little bit every so often. So you're still damaging property,
I
which is a
wanna hit
crime.
you.
Silkus,
I want to
I'm not
damage
there.
you!
You're not here.
I wanted to point out that when you walk along roads, you're actually like scuffing little bits of the road
Don't
off every
use that.
time, so you're actually damaging the
My
road.
pride
hobbies.
allows me to hover. My pride gives me a foot.
So damn it, you're displacing the air molecules, which is.
I've become
causing a
everyday
chain
hate.
Okay, so Sariel and Archibald approach the building.
She's one of those people that just knocks all the time.
You knock quite heavily. Knock again. Archibald grabs your hand and kind of just says.
That's enough.
I kicked the door instead of knocking.
Oh god. Oh, so
Don't
much good
be threatening.
intentions.
You hear
I'm
behind
not
the door.
trying to be threatening, I'm trying to be insistent.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of threatening.
You hear behind the door.
It all
quite
depends
a
on
lot
the
of
tone.
Shuffling, hasty shuffling around. It sounds like someone was
we
not
don't
prepared
have any
to receive a visitor this early in the morning. But the door does eventually crack open, and you see the half of the face of the woman that was previously lying in bed peeking out the door. She sees you and opens the door all the way up, and you can see she looks healthy. Hi.
Hi, you look better. Okay, bye. And I walk off.
We just wanted to make sure you're okay. We are off to go kill a horseman. Bye.
Thank you.
And I walk away.
I think that laughter was in character as well.
That honestly went better than
I'm happy
expected.
about it, but I'm just like, oh, this is awkward. Yeah, bye.
Wow, that was like a second. Be like,
She
It's
closes the door.
Took a second.
You have fucking left, and the door closes softly. She seems very confused in the last couple moments of you
But
catching her.
She's, you know,
We
She's healthy.
we
I'm
didn't
good
do
with
it for thanks. We just did it to make sure that she was okay. We
wow,
didn't give her
so,
a chance to
so,
thank us.
so
Quiet
humble
you.
and modest.
I imagine Sulfur waited around to just, come on, lady. We helped you.
a little bit.
As we are walking off, I'd probably go up and say, hey, so do you guys mind if I grab onto that periapt of health, seeing as I'm probably most likely to be up close and personal with this dude?
Yeah, right.
Sweet.
that was easy. Okay.
Well, no one contested they're mine, of the boots, so I'm good.
Silk
My
is not-
logic here is I can climb up a wall and shoot shit.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to say that'll be 200 gold to the party funds. You can still access the money, but so can everyone else.
Are you going to push
Does
for
that
that?
include me?
Okay.
I was gonna say, does that
Yeah,
include me? Like, do
I
I have to do
wrote-
that too?
Roll.
I just
an
wrote here.
investigation check for
Well,
me.
the other three went back to their scene of the crime.
Yeah.
Oh.
Roll an
It
investigation
was
check.
as much your scene as it was ours.
I plead.
You
for-
did
You're the one
participate.
that administered the drug.
am I rolling, sorry?
I'm the only innocent
Investigation.
one. Wait, that's not
could it
true.
be
You were
persuading
Sulfur is
people to talk to
innocent as
people
well.
to find the place.
Investigation.
Well, I'm good in neither role, so actually I'm better at investigation.
Why
Oh.
did you ask for persuasion then?
I want because it just makes sense to me. Be like I'm talking to people, trying to ask them about information. So fair enough. That's 9.
9.
Yeah.
Nine.
Unfortunately, you wander
I think that's a
around.
yes.
You wander around for a bit, but you don't find in any of the districts. You don't find a magic item shop or anything of the sort. You feel like you've given it a pretty good look, but you haven't found one.
I'm gonna see. Is anyone around that I could talk to? That
You've spoken to people.
Yeah.
You've kind of asked around, and for the most part, people are heading to work. They kind of don't really give you much, or the people who do stop, kind of like, not really around this part of town. I don't really know.
any
like,
guards around I could talk to?
There are a few walking around, but they, for the most part, give you the same answers. Like, I patrol this particular region, and I'm from that barracks over there. We got nothing here, but I don't know about the other region.
Well, that's a bit of a bother. All right. I'm going to. How long would have this taken?
This takes about an hour.
An hour. All right. Well, that's probably about time for the others to have
Oh yeah.
manned some broken doors. I'm going to. I'll head back.
Every time you open a door, you actually damage the hinges slightly.
Okay, so you all
This is getting very
Reconvene.
paranoia now. Holy crap!
reconvene. I'm going to assume at the Rock's Roost just outside. What are you
Sounds
doing
good.
now?
Gonna go kill a horseman. There'll be no issues. We'll do it easily, and we'll come back here.
I like the attitude.
We're ready to head up north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for shiggles, Glenn, can you roll a d20? Because I really want to see if you roll a 20 on there.
15. What am I adding to it?
Nothing. I just wanted to know
Oh.
how high you would roll on convincing her
Oh.
if you had to.
If it's one of those, then I'll roll a natural 20. Hey, hold on.
15 plus 5.
Well, sadly, I couldn't seem to find a magic store or anything. I was kind of curious if they had any spells that we could help with pestilence. How did your thing go?
Yeah,
She's fine.
She's fine.
she's alive.
Yeah.
That's always a
That
good
family
sign.
isn't going to have to give up their life savings.
That's great.
They're not even going to have to get a new door. I fixed it.
Aren't you handy? Should have had you around when I was in Camellia. Oh, well, what do you guys want to do now? We want to just head off straight away, or do we need?
Yeah. Like, let's head off right away. I think we don't want to waste any more time.
Should we get some transport? We don't have the horses, don't we?
You don't
No,
have
we
the
lost them a
list.
while ago.
Yeah.
Well, you gave them away.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. It was a
outside
good
of
deal.
it.
It was a good deal.
Path.
Well, do we want to grab some horses or something?
That's illegal in most countries.
I don't think it's necessary. If you want to
We'll just
spend
walk
your
it.
money, go right
But
ahead.
how many days journey do we think it'd be if we were walking versus on horses?
America.
Based on your assumption and your knowledge of Dalandar, I mean, as the crow flies, you'd estimate
Yeah, but the
a day
crow
and a
doesn't have
half
to
to
climb up
get-
and down a huge ass
yeah,
thing
a
of cliff
day and a
stairs.
half to get to where roughly the start of the peninsula, or roughly the start of the jungle area in the peninsula,
Yeah.
which is where Fenrir was saying he'd meet you.
Okay.
But
Okay.
as for the terrain that you'd have to cross, you don't really know.
Well, yeah, I think it's short enough that I'm fine with just
walking
hiking.
it? Well, fair enough.
I don't really want to spend the money, to be honest. We might need it for something else, as you so pointed out yesterday?
That would have been
Was it
yesterday, I
yesterday?
think, yeah.
Yesterday.
Well, time flies when you break and entering. I'm not going to let that go.
Can I slap him, please?
You can
Roll
try.
a hit.
You're gonna fucking...
Natural 20, natural 20, natural 20.
I will do it.
natural
I will
20,
do it.
Natural 20.
What? Ooh, that's...
Sorry, I'll slap the shit out of you.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
you're
I am
you're-
so
Oh.
glad that some of my channeling still works.
He's just sitting there chanting, and I rolled it, and I was like, oh my god.
I would have cast shield on that motherfucker. I was planning on doing that.
You're gonna use a
In any
spell slot to
case,
cast
I
shield?
say
Did not get slapped for once? Yes.
no. In any case, I say next time we need to save somebody, I'll throw you through the door instead.
Oh yeah, sure. Tell that to the guards. Tell that to anyone that puts us in jail. See that they're listened. Yeah, that's a really good idea. And I'm gonna get back up and dust myself off.
Just out of curiosity, what's your strength modifier?
Yeah, what is it?
Mine
Yep.
0.
What's your armor class, Josh?
Oh, like 12. So
Shield would not help.
no, no,
Your-
than
your-
that
your
20.
armor
No.
class, dude.
Oh, right. Sorry, I haven't updated that. It's actually
What? Why are you updating it?
I have a leather armor.
Oh.
He does.
So
So 12.
I'm very confused. How are you going to cast spells?
You can cast spells with armor.
You can
that's fine.
put leather armor. It's just
If
medium
you-
or heavier. Or heavier armor
It's
if you're
about
not.
proficiency.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
it's fine. I have
I have allowed it!
I have allowed it.
Alright, fine. I wanna be wearing like plate. Come on, man.
I don't think we can afford that.
I think
Okay.
Well, actually,
5,000
we can.
gold.
I think we can.
Isn't it 5,000
For
gold?
plate armor?
1,200.
1,200. So that's most of your
Jeez.
party funds.
Come on, guys. I want plate. Let's go.
I mean, we could just go back into the tavern.
No,
Maybe
so-
we can
There
intimidate
are,
somebody
there are
into
some
giving us
issues
play
with
Yeah.
proficiency, but spellcasting's not one of them.
I'm pretty sure like leather armor, like light armor is you're proficient as a wizard. You can do light armor.
No, you're not proficient with any armor as a wizard.
We're having this discussion now on the back of a natural 20, which caused you no damage, by the way.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean,
wow. No, it
it,
caused me
should
a
have
1.
cost you 1 damage.
It
Yeah.
caused me
Alright.
1. I will take the 1 because
Should have caused him 2.
It was, she was,
Double the dice.
she was gonna cause 0 damage, but she
Double
nat
the
20,
dice.
so
You're
it's
right.
Yeah.
2
I was gonna-
damage.
She was gonna.
Also, that's your max HP. Don't take it away from that. Put it there.
you know.
I did 1 max HP damage to him.
Yeah, so hard. I went down.
You just
It was
demoralized
so
him
hard
that
that he's
hard.
You hit him
just
so hard.
taking it off.
He is permanently 2 HP down.
I am 2 points
You're
weaker
just lucky.
now.
You're just lucky Sulfur doesn't play by Minecraft wolf rules.
Oh god.
Yeah.
In which
Rise
case
up.
he would be dead.
Over and over and over again. So,
Trying to remember what.
after that shenanigan, that single shenanigan,
That one shenanigan.
Ah,
The 1 shenan.
But-
mate,
oh yeah, of course.
I'm gonna have to
It's one
remember
shenan.
to like make sure the guards have some type of armor when she gets like they start confronting her on her ill.
Okay,
goblin
As
stuff.
Hannah, can no one else see why my characters always end up either throwing something at Josh's characters, or hitting Josh's
Okay,
characters? Can no
okay.
one
Oh, I-
else see this?
Oh, I totally get it.
I
I
want
think
to
we all
point.
get it, except him.
I want to point out that I can get on the other characters.
Oh,
This
my
in
fucking
this
face.
instance, not so much.
My cheeks
Okay, he's
hurt.
rubbing it in. Fair enough, but he was fucking still right.
He's being a dick about something I didn't even do. I didn't break the lock. I did it carefully so I wouldn't break the fucking lock, and he won't shut up.
Sir, I didn't steal those things. I gave them back to him the day after. That's
Regardless,
borrowing.
you participated, so you can't complain.
Oh no, I took the points. That's fine.
Right.
The
You're
rest
heading
of this
off.
trip
Is there
we're gonna
anything you'd
talk
like to
about
do
law.
before heading off?
I think we've done enough.
Yeah, I think
I
we've
certainly think you have.
According to Silkus, we've definitely done enough.
I think you definitely have.
Do
Okay,
we
I'm
have
gonna
enough rations?
Take a
for this?
short rest to heal that slap. Holy crap.
That's up to whoever's got the rations.
We all have
I
our
think-
own rations.
I think you've got them in the
Bag of holding.
bag of holding, right?
Well, I know
Except for
Silkus has his own
John, you
rations.
took something. Or did you put them back?
I kind of assumed that
They got put back.
they got eaten or put back at some point.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we have run out of. Oh no, hold on.
I'm just thinking maybe we should buy like some
I
rations.
could have sworn that I
That would
bought
be a
rations,
better
but I
idea.
didn't put them in here.
I'm pretty sure you did.
I remember us taking them out of the cart, putting them in the bag of holding, and
I'm
I
also
was
pretty
really
certain-
iffy about it because there was that kobold skin in the bag of holding, and I
I'm
was
also
like, "Ugh."
pretty certain that you bought rations last week.
Yeah.
In Yolm.
Did
So I'm
we?
going to say you bought however many you need.
Cool. In quantity,
You've already
I'm
spent.
just
You've already spent the gold, so just
in quantity.
So how many
I'm just
days we
writing enough.
enough. Yeah, that works.
Enough.
So you got rations. You got everything else that you need. at least
2
everything else you
sessions
need, not
later,
that you
putting it
necessarily
not
want.
in
Could
front
I
of it.
have the tavern that we're at? Could I have inquired if they had any lunar lichen?
Yes, you can inquire.
Just
Roll.
before we leave, I just want to see if they got some.
Why are you buying
They do
moonshine?
not. They do not have
Fancy moonshine. How dare
any
you?
lunar lichen
I
at
like it.
the Rock's Roost, unfortunately.
There's none.
No.
Fair enough. I'll just take.
So far in your life, the only
It's
tavern
moon
that
mold.
you know,
But-
the only one that you know that has sold lunar lichen is the old one back in Chimeria.
I know
the
he has
Grumpy
some.
Barb.
I know he has some lunar lichen in the flask.
Yeah, he does.
If only I was good at stealth.
Okay.
Gonna take some.
So, you all head north, out of Yom.
Caviar
You
is made out of
climb,
fish eggs.
you
Glenn.
climb the final crest over the ridge of the city, where you can stand and see both out and into the vista of the mountains and back into the ringed city itself. That's a Dark Souls DLC. Not on purpose. Did not do that one on purpose.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
I didn't even hear it.
Quick, inside check. No, never mind.
Wow.
How
So
did
you can
do
roll
that?
it into that.
You can roll it,
But not
that
that.
thing.
I'm pretty sure it was on 2 when I first rolled that. Like it was here, I picked it up, it was 2, and went back to 2 there. So,
It's obviously meant to be.
yep.
I'm
To be-
being genuine.
Oh,
it's not.
mid 2.
I don't.
You're looking
believe
out over the vista of the mountains ahead of you to the north. You can see where the Gulf of Clifton Road comes to a point just below you. To your left is the warehouse and the number of cranes that you can see, with pulleys pulling up and down large platforms holding crates, and in some cases even workers. And just off a little bit to your right, where you originally came up, is that huge staircase that leads down, winds around the mountains in front of you.
Can we see if we can get a free ride down the crane?
Oh, there's got to be a bit easier way to get down.
The stairs. We can take the stairs.
At least we're not
How
going
much
up.
longer? Hey, wait. When we took this, no, that was at the other place.
That was
In
in
my-
the other campaign.
I'm gonna set off
No,
down
no.
the stairs.
I was thinking that we had those gorgons, but that was when we were headed to the orc place, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was down south. Yes.
I didn't want to go down the stairs if I had to possibly face more gorgons. So I was just like, you know.
So, John begins heading off down the stairs. The rest of you follow eventually.
I sigh and follow.
Yeah.
We're not expecting combat today, are we?
Jump and then cast.
Well, I mean,
Featherfall.
I mean,
there's been quite a lot of
look at the
Ettins
smile
around.
on his face. We're expecting combat today.
I mean, there's always a chance.
Are we?
Don't leave it up to
Inside
chance.
He's really trying to not smile.
2
Yeah.
Ettins.
Yeah, that's alright, that'll be easy. I'm going to...
As long as it's not 2 Ettins and a gorgon, we'll be fine.
As they're walking down the stairs, I'm going to be walking behind them, and then I'm going to think about like the tattoos that I have and
Oh boy.
the information that I've gathered from them so far,
Wait
and
for
the
explosion.
things that I've done, and I'm gonna cast levitate on myself. I'm
Okay.
just gonna be like, this is cool. I'm just gonna be like floating alongside you guys, just down like a Dalek descending stairs.
See, he's not.
Fancy boy.
He's not damaging the road. Very proud of you.
I push him off the stairs.
I cast Featherfall.
I was just, I haven't used that spell before, and now I'm just not even in the
How long does it
stairwell.
last?
Okay, so are you like...
10 minutes?
Is he within arm's reach of me?
I'd say so.
Yeah, yeah.
Is he within 2 arms reach of me? Like, could I touch both of his
I mean,
shoulders
you're
right now?
walking. You could just
Yeah,
take
you
a step
probably-
towards him. Yeah.
We're like right near
Probably.
each other.
I mean, like, are you
both.
floating off the side, or are you like...
Mage
Yeah, I'm
hand.
floating off the side.
Oh, okay.
Can
How-
I
Can
mage hand
you
just
come-
do a little push?
Can you come back over to me for just a second? I have something that is really going to complete your outfit. Your look right now.
Alright.
You look really cool. So I'm just going to pull out the cloak that I bought and put it on his shoulders and, like, clasp it.
And then
With the
Did
wind.
you forget that I did that?
With the wind that is keening through the mountains here and up the stairs,
He just-
your
he is
cloak is
full of
fluttering
hero.
behind you
Can
as
I-
you're
Fuck yeah, Doctor
slowly.
Strange.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mage Hand to do a little bit of lift of the cape as well to make it have a little bit of extra finesse to it.
It's already
it
fluttering quite well.
Hero wind, you know?
It's just offset by the like bright green backlight from the tattoo of wings that is like lit up on my back.
Yeah.
I didn't know you.
It's a
no,
pretty
cape.
dark blue cloak. So
Because now we have a visual.
I love the
aid to
idea that
help.
like the wing tattoos take up like most of the like tattoo space on your back.
Like most
and then
of the
there's like
tattoo
a
space.
smaller one which hasn't been activated yet for flying.
Yeah, that's speed.
It's a little fan that spins.
it's like little lines that look like words that just make it look like he's going really fast.
Yeah. So you, so for 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
you feel over the moon with just how powerful you are right now, hovering thousands of feet off the ground.
I see where this is going, and I'm going to do the math
As
to shut you up.
you get towards the end of the spell, and you start to feel it fading, and you move your way back over to the stairs. You've gotten, at this point, all of you have gotten about halfway down the stairs. And Archibald comes back over and starts to walk again.
Well, that was fun.
That looks like fun.
It was an exhilarating 10 minutes. Unfortunately, not at the pace that you needed to get all the way down, but you are about
I
halfway.
think I should learn that spell myself. That looks so much fun.
I'd like to
Can you cast it on others or just yourself?
probably cast it on others.
I have the best idea for a prank,
I
right?
know how levitate.
Sulfur.
Do I know how
Range
levitate?
60 feet, so yes, you can.
I will use it when the time is appropriate.
Yeah.
Like
Like
going
early
downstairs.
morning tomorrow.
Can you just picture it? And should we just like, and like kind of like
Oh, doing the
swimming?
dog paddles? Doing the dog paddle?
Sulfur's going to
Should we,
wake
like,
up
do the dog
floating
pedal?
tomorrow.
But shh, don't tell her I gave you the idea.
So it takes
I
you
won't.
another 10, 15 minutes or so, and you get to the end of the staircase. You do take the split that takes you to the mountain path where you originally came in, as opposed to the one that heads down to your left and to the harbour, to the dock area where they are loading all of their exports. And you begin trekking along that mountain path once again. For the sake of brevity, you make it past your original the gap in the mountain path that was there on the way in. You jump over it without too much of an issue. You've had the
Oh,
experience.
I forgot about that.
It's like you know
You've
when
had the experience. You know you can do it. You've managed.
one's
to
a
do
little
it.
bit higher, so when going that way you can got the little
Yeah, exactly.
depth.
So
Yeah.
it's like Minecraft. You know,
Yeah.
one block higher. Yeah.
He doesn't
double
know.
tap. Excuse you. Wait, no. I was pre 1.6.
You
so
still
maybe
double
not.
tap for sprint, so you obviously don't know.
No. It was pre that. Pre the days when it was just
You
auto.
make the jump fine and continue on your way for the day. The day takes you, this is mostly downhill, a very gradual decline. You reach an area where the path widens once again, where you have now surpassed the point where you originally came up into the path. And that was roundabout where the Smuggler's Haven was originally.
So we've passed the Smuggler's Haven.
Seems to be so at this stage. Who is taking point? Tyra?
I think it'd be better for
Roll a
Sarah.
perception
Yeah.
check for me.
Hit points misperception over there.
Yeah.
There is. How is that cocked in there? Oh, that is not good. I should have taken the cocked one. 10.
10? Okay.
It was cocked almost onto 19, but not quite. Like it was on a slight angle.
Oh,
Oh. Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
At least I'm honest.
I'm glad that you are.
Were you not honest before?
You
But
give,
they're
you
now
give a
20?
look out ahead, and as you're going, you can see where the path that you originally came up leads. And looking to your left, you can see the haven as well. And you realise that that path, while it did wind pretty directly up the mountains, the way that it was oriented meant it didn't feel like you were necessarily going south at all. However, you realise that that path connected at a point far later than where you are now heading. So the Smuggler's Haven is still ahead of you and to your left as you're heading along this mountain ridge. You continue on And before you can find an end to the ridge or this particular path, it does get dark. So, are you going to push on into the night, or are you going to set camp?
When did we say we were going to be there?
We didn't.
When we could was the plan. Like, we're not behind schedule. Let's make a camp.
Yeah, that sounds alright.
We'll meet up with him tomorrow, discuss the details.
At the point in which this discussion's happening, are we still not quite at the Haven?
You're not quite at it yet. You're not quite.
Can we see the
above it.
lights?
You can see the lights, yeah.
I'm okay with camping, but no fire. As cold as it might be. I do not trust that smuggler's haven.
Yeah, that's fair.
Alright.
Okay. Who's taking watch? What order?
I mean, we don't really need about order. Like, I can take first half, if necessary. Then we can have 2 people and just watch if want for the next 2.
You're the only one that can trance.
Actually, pretty sure half elves can
can't.
trance as well.
No.
Really?
No, only you.
I thought half elves could. Anyway,
I'll keep you company for the first couple of hours at least.
good day.
Okay.
I do want to
So Silk is on for the first two watch hours. Or watch periods.
Just going back a little bit though, just because as we make up camp, we obviously don't have to rest straight away. We have time beforehand.
Yeah.
I do thing when I'm taking Archibald aside and working with studies and that kind of thing.
Okay.
Archibald, I got a couple questions.
When he starts looking serious, I'm going to take
I
John
see you,
and
like,
offer to give
doing-
him target practice.
Not me,
My
right?
bad.
Oh, thank God.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, I'm just like distracting from the conversation.
I'm just like, oh, they're talking? Never mind, I'll
John-
help them out with
John's
second
true.
watch.
John strings your bow and uses it without an issue. He strings the bow. and then
if he
hits people
strings...
with it.
Wait, actually, can I get John to try to string cannons?
If you like.
Will you be willing to try that?
Yeah, okay.
So we'll do that while you guys are...
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
like, yeah, we
roll
don't have
roll
that
a
to-
roll a straight intelligence check for me, Sarah.
What is my intelligence? Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You teach. You've learned pretty well from Fenrir, and you're able to pass on your knowledge to John about how to string the bow safely without damaging it, without warping it. You pick it up pretty quickly based on her teaching.
Yeah.
I will get back to you.
10?
Okay.
So you two, Silkus.
No, you're doing really well. It's astounding on those. On just picking up what I showed you just last night, actually. So I just want to curious. You made a passing notion. I can't exactly remember. Memory isn't always the best for me, but you mentioned about something about military.
Yeah.
Over in Nisbal.
Yeah, Volkmeyer military.
Yeah. How do you know that? Do you have any indication of such?
You know how I concentrate very deeply before I eventually fall asleep because I can't trance?
Yeah, I do.
You know how I meditate? Well, that is me staring at this blank white wall in my head, thinking there's something that's got to be beyond that. One night, I happened to open up a window in there, and I saw a dude as tattered as me, like as tattooed as I am, with a what looked to be an energy channeling device symbol as well. I asked John about it, and that was the Volkmeyer military symbol.
Do I know anything about the Volkmeyer military?
You've passed on what you know of the military itself, which was, for the most part, that the Volkmeyer military received aid from Usen directly, Yusen and Volkmire are part of an alliance, and Volkmire is at war with the only other major power on its continent, which is Osiris. So Volkmire and Osiris are at war, and Volkmire receives aid from Yusen.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all you know about it.
Cool.
From that broader bit.
Memory is an interesting thing.
You have like experience with a couple people that have come in and out of. You've seen people and you've seen from Volkmire.
Have I seen any dealings with my father or anything like that in the household?
They were usually conducted behind closed doors, and nothing was given away to anyone who didn't need to be in there.
Well, ever since you came across you, when you mentioned about this not remembering anything, I started studying. I started particularly about 2 spells. This one is one that only anyone I know can do it. No, it's not that I can't. Anyone else can do it. It's just I'm more focused on. It's more interesting to me. It's called Encode Thoughts, which is only particularly for me. And I take out. I kind of take up my hand and I click, and you see a little bit of strand come out of my head. And if you look at it, it almost looks like a bit of energy, like memories. And I just flick it to the wrist. That's where I can store memories so I don't forget them. And then click it and it just disperses. That's one.
What's the memory?
That was
1977.
Being slapped in the
Miracle on Ice.
face.
yeah, that was legit like that was the memory of being slapped by.
So you get as Silkus does this, he clicks it to his wrist.
I just hear a loud snapping
it's-
sound.
And you watch.
It's not anyone else that can see it. It's just for me.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It was anyone.
But one particular one, if combined with another spell, you could be able to see. Detect Thoughts is an interesting spell, and particularly with this sea level spell in Cold Thoughts, it allows any memory that any thought extracted from one's mind, allowed for the user for me to read, and I think I can be able to let other people read. I mean, we can edit that if we want to. I can't remember how that works. 100%.
I like the idea of it
Yeah.
being displayed umbrally. So
I was thinking combine it with maybe the
Minor
Minor
Image.
Illusion and show that. Maybe like that, like a combination. Anyway, if you permit, I studied and
I'm gonna say yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So,
I've studied for a bit, and I finally achieved Detect Thoughts. Allow me, if you may, to see if I can enter your mind and see if I can decode anything that's been hidden within there. I have no guarantee it's going to work, and if anything does...
Alright, you want to stare at the wall as well? Be my guest.
Alright, and then what I'll do is I'll flick my wrist, allow my cane just there.
That's really weird. Shouldn't respond to you like that.
I love my my brother's inventions, and then I go, okay, can you just sit there, and I will then use my staff. I turn the handle, the orb opens up, and the gem, the shard.
Is that a
glows.
mind stone?
Motherfucker. And it starts glowing, and in front of your head appears a piece of copper, and it slowly just touches you, and I can read his based thoughts at the moment.
So right now, you are able to get surface thoughts from
Yep.
Archibald.
And that.
What are you thinking about?
Yeah, what are you thinking about?
Archibald? What's most on your mind right now?
Yeah, what are you thinking about?
This is weird. Why does he want to go
You
in
feel
here?
it. You feel it, and it's a really weird feeling.
It's the funniest thing is the level of the surface thoughts cannot be detected. It's when I go deeper.
But he knows
into-
it's happening.
Yeah.
So
So when it then happens, you see the copper piece, a bit of strand, comes out as I use encode thoughts, and I'll latch it onto your wrist, and you can now see it there. Oh great! Oh, first time casting this. I wasn't sure if it was going to work.
First time. You want to
It
do?
takes a lot to
You want
study.
to use a first time spell that you've never cast before on someone whose memories are this fragile?
This is the best time to start, really.
All right, what have you pulled out? It's
Okay,
literally
so-
just Sariel slapping you over and over and over.
It's on repeat. It's a GIF.
So,
It's a first ever GIF.
So,
We
you
invented it.
get the surface thoughts,
Yeah.
and then you
I'll then.
Get a minute, it's kind of
Um,
satisfying watch.
Then I
Yeah.
I'll kind of put my staff, slam it down, and that copper piece just starts entering your head, and
I don't like
then I go deeper. Brah.
I would like you to make an Arcana check with advantage.
Oh, please,
because he is
baby,
helping.
don't fail me now.
Can I use my Arcana modifier?
Excuse you.
It's so much better than
Oh
yours.
fuck yeah! What's yours? I'm curious. Is it +9 now?
It's still +7.
Oh yeah, it's like fair enough. Okay, that's
Not bad.
That's actually not bad. That's 18 there.
Roll again, save your crit. Natural 20. Natural 10. That's
So-
half right.
That's
18.
18.
So, first thing you get is Archibald's emotional state right now.
Mm-hmm.
What are you feeling?
A little bit betrayed that you're using this first time spell on someone whose memories are somewhat fragile. I mean, John's got a fairly solid understanding of the inner workings of the FPOS system, so he could be using his memories. But no, you had to choose the one without any.
I'm gonna continue past that.
Hey, where are you going? Why are you wearing slippers in here?
Now, are you're using the cantrip at the same time, right?
No, I'll only
You're
use
not.
it when there's of something that is of interest, something of importance.
The next thing that you get is as you get past Archibald's emotional state,
That's a
you
long
hit
time.
this wall that he's talking
I
about.
picture it like
of
the
memories.
the first second of eternity wall
Right.
in Doctor Who.
Terrible. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you hit this wall, and the first thing that happens is you kind of you visualize there's just blankness. There's just nothing there.
You can't see my
And then
eyes.
as you keep going, because you've got up to 10 minutes of this.
Yep.
And as you keep going, you start to get glimmers of something else, something coming through.
Encoding thoughts.
You're able to essentially starting to bring down the wall. It's starting to fade very, very slowly.
Yeah.
And you're there. You're
As soon as I grab something, I
pushing at it. You are basically taking an ice pick to this wall.
pick made of copper.
Yeah, exactly. And
Horribly inefficient.
Picking away the memory
after
we go.
5 or 6 minutes of this, of deeply concentrating on this spell and trying to bring thoughts and memories out from behind that wall,
You see beads of sweat coming dropping from my forehead.
you get a picture of very, very fast moving, dense amounts of particles, black particles, same color as Umbra. And you see this image of as if you're in the Umbral network, just around through the Umbral network.
I'm attached to the super fast highway.
Essentially, it's almost like being in the Matrix, like seeing the Matrix.
I've hit broadband.
But it's these really small, millions of these really small black particles traveling together all in one direction that you assume to be Umbra. And then I would like you to roll an Arcana check.
Hell
with
yeah.
advantage for me, please.
Oh wow, alright, because mine's not good enough. Nah, do it. Please.
No, because now he is pulling himself.
22.
Okay.
It's 22.
It's like encode thoughts going onto his wrist as soon as I do it.
The next thing that you see is out of this umbral highway still made of you know how you've got those like those metal pin things where you put your hand in them, it makes the shape of your hand on the outside.
Yeah.
What
As
the-
if someone's done that with the Umbra from the other side. You see this face come through.
Oh, that's terrifying.
And just the body, just the top of the neck and this face come through and stare directly at you.
At me.
At you. You feel it looking at you. Not out of Archibald's mind, not looking, not as a memory, but you feel it looking at you.
Do I recognize his face?
It's Zordon from the
You
Power
don't
Rangers
recognize the
movie.
face directly. Actually, roll a history check.
Yeah, buddy. Why am I not proficient in that?
Am I there?
Okay, so what is it? History is +3. No, it shouldn't be +3, it's +4. 21. I did not write that. Oh no, I wrote it right there. Never mind.
You don't recognize the face.
Oh.
But you are using the cantrip.
I am using code to bring out that face.
Okay. So as Silka starts to get to the memories, get behind the wall, you see him draw out these images, and he is displaying in front of you this what looks like it's just Umbral Highway. And then you see, as he sees it, he transfers it to the cantrip, and you can see as well this face that comes out, and you recognize it. You recognize the face as what seems to be maybe a slightly older. It's all black and like it's just particles, but you can see from the kind of silhouette of the face, maybe a slightly older version of the young man sitting at the table in your room.
Okay. I never got his name, did I?
You never know.
Cool.
You continue to push a little harder, Silkus, for the next 3 minutes or so. And after that face kind of fades back into the Umbral Highway, you don't get much more.
Well, I saw something. Do you recognize the face?
Yep, I do. He was... Remember when I was talking to you about the guy from the Volcamaya military about 10 minutes ago?
I do believe so. I have the
Yeah?
strands.
He was talking to that guy, but younger. So that is the older version of that young guy from my vision.
So what you're saying is that... Can I just see how old Archibald is?
Make an insight check.
I'm looking in his eyes because that's when you can tell the real age. Fuck. That's a good old...
You're used to judging the ages of elves, so you're like, what? You're like,
That's it.
You're about 500.
yeah.
That is it. That's a plus. What the fudge is... What am I rolling again? Inside. Can't find inside. There you are. That's 5.
5.
Yeah.
You totally know how old he is.
I mean, his physique suggests maybe mid-20s.
Yeah, his body.
Face maybe suggests mid-30s.
Yeah.
He's haunted. Like he's...
But his
If you look up close,
eyes-
you haven't really taken time to really study Archibald up close yet.
Yeah.
He's seen some shit. He doesn't know he's seen some shit, but you can see it in his eyes.
So,
So his
how,
eyes
much,
look like a
Somewhere between 20 and 40.
how much? How old? Like, what do you think is the age gap between this man, two versions of him?
Anywhere between 5 and 40 years.
Wow.
5.
Can I do an insight / history / I don't know, persuasion check to find out if I know?
Go
If
on
you know
persuasion.
how old this dude is.
Like, just from when I first saw him,
How old he was versus how old he is.
how old he is.
Roll insight with disadvantage only because you didn't get details of the face. You just kind of had this weird.
That's cocked.
Yeah. Oh no!
Fuck you then. Insight with disadvantage.
Yeah.
like the viewers at home to know that I rolled a natural 20 for one of those. Only one. And that's a 12.
What was the other roll?
9.
I mean, that's not that bad.
I mean,
Could've been one.
based on the details you could see, probably no more than 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, probably close to 10 years.
Well, it sounds. A few theories pop up. One that's probably the more likely is you spent a lot of time with this man. Obviously, must be someone that had educated you, that taught you these things, that probably made you who you are right now. Well, the previous you, the one without the memory issues, and probably less combustion. That being said,
I put those fires out.
and I'm glad you did, because damaging the trees is a criminal offense.
The
I get the back of my head.
Arrow flies past.
John successfully strung the
No,
bow.
a very small rock hits him in the back of the head.
Motherfucker, you obeyed
You're
the
not
law.
hearing this. You intentionally took John away.
You did.
The
You did.
face that he showed me, did it appear to
I
have
have very good
malice
hearing.
in
That's
its
right.
eyes?
But not enough for advantage.
There wasn't really any expression on the face.
Okay. Didn't look like it was in pain or anything like that? No? Okay. Cool. Cool.
Well, good news is, that strand right there, it's gonna last about 8 hours, unless you want me to take it away. Something you can keep there just in case you lose your memory.
You know what it looks like? Black Panther. Their
Sand
their
table.
visualization, the black sand from Black Panther, where they build like the car with it.
Oh, right, yeah. I went Black Sand, like, when they, snap and he would turn into Black Sand. That's what I thought, right?
No, they're machine.
Like, that happened in a different movie.
Their tech.
Spoilers
Yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah,
that's
like
not
when
watched it.
he's
That's that.
driving the
Yeah.
plane.
It's like this face
Piloting
was
the
just
plane.
formed out of that.
Interesting.
So you saw the outlines of the
I
face, but you
know
didn't
these
get
references now.
colours and details and stuff.
Can I just get another description of what he looked like? I would say I don't get color because was
I mean, you don't get any colour.
beard though, was it?
There was no beard.
No beard.
No beard.
I'm thinking of him.
Smooth shaven.
Well
And
dressed.
relatively
Notice-
definitely human
notice
based on the
any
features.
Specific like features.
Definitely human based on the features.
No scars.
Not necessarily sharp features, but
Like square.
kind of not even square, but
Let me guess, he's very
almost
average.
somewhere between chiseled and like sharp features. Looked like probably a fit face, not someone who was
Interesting.
highly overweight.
So nothing like any scars, anything like any like crooked nose.
You didn't get any.
So he's
Sand
kind of-
didn't have high enough
Is he-
resolution.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like 360. So it's just basically a bland face, pretty much. Like
Pretty much.
you could get him lost with any other face, pretty much.
Well, from the detail you were able to see, yes, definitely.
Like a movie. Main character, he's like his face is so bland that he just mixes up with all the other faces. Alright. Alright, well, I'm glad it worked. And just for your information, if it didn't work, then honestly nothing would happen to you.
Okay.
So,
good.
no, there was no real risk. Just me using a little bit of energy, that's all.
Okay.
The shopkeeper told me this was a spell for like view memories, not fireball.
And...
The witch gave me a
Archibald's
gammy
head
spell.
explodes.
yeah. Alright, just down there about 5 meters away.
You
I'll
just
just say
answered fireball for every question.
Well, hopefully that helps in some sort of way. It's definitely more
Oh, it's
questions than
something new to
answers.
focus on. I've kind of run out of, I guess, track with the name Andialo, thinking of the name Andialo over and over and over and over
Roll a
and
history
over
check.
again.
Yeah, I was about. Thank you. Let her ask. Not
That's
that
why
one.
I dropped it in there.
Motherfucker.
Mate.
5.
You know there are other sides to those dice.
Shout out to the 2 crew.
Usually when you weigh like when you give the dice weights, you do it for higher numbers.
How do you do this?
How did it
That
do
was a
that?
much better roll.
That was a much better roll. What
You
the-
don't you
it's
don't
fine.
immediately recognize the name Andy Allen.
Honestly, the more we delve into your mind, the more my curiosity gains, and the more I think it's probably a smart idea to actually go back to Camellia. I don't want to, but it's
Well, we have a task
we do
to do first. so
priorities.
I am going to just calm my farm a little bit, sit over here, think about this giant face made of sand that you've
You got this.
shown me now,
You got the memory there if you need.
and
look at it.
eventually I'm going to pass out on those thoughts. And I do just that as my watch ends.
Obsession
Roll an
is
arm
is quite a problem.
18.
18. Okay. Anything
So
else you'd like
I'm
to do before you
thinking just with that incurred thoughts. I'm thinking like by the time he wakes up, it would probably just have a few seconds before it disappears. Because it lasts about 8 hours, so I'll assume like maybe just within time, or will it be gone before he wakes up.
So the
It
actual
lasts
display of it.
It lasts 8 hours. The strand lasts 8 hours, so you can look at it later. So
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
I'm going to.
Pretty sure he'll take last watch anyway.
I'm taking.
I
I'm
mean-
writing up. I'm like just writing everything I've looked at. I also did some encode thoughts there as well. Just from what we discussed and such. So when I'm writing down, I can just go.
What level is that spell?
It's a cantrip.
It's cantrip.
It's just It's just visualizing memories.
That's all it is.
Okay.
So you have to actually access the memory to be able to visualize it, and
Right.
it can be used in tandem with detect
Yeah.
thoughts or
Okay.
Or
certain
modified memory.
Modified memory. Yeah. Anything that
The
you can
part
access
where
memory.
just laying on other people. That's just something we've just done.
Okay.
And it's I have to be within 5 feet for someone to actually do
So it's
that.
not
So
particularly powerful.
no, and it's
Okay.
very noticeable too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
It's-
am
it's a
looking
neat
into
one,
your
though.
brain.
It's such a cool. I looked it up. I'm like, oh my god,
I'd very
this
much
is
like
so
that. It
cool.
fits your character very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, roll a strength check with athletics check with advantage for me because you're using your own contraption.
That is a 15.
15. Okay. You try very, very hard, but you can't get the bowstring. You've seen Sariel do it, and you're able to string her bow
Yeah.
quite easily. Not a problem. This one, you can barely even bend it.
Just like, I can see why this has troubled you for so long. He really gave you like, oof.
Sariel, watching, you see those runes lighting up.
I really want to try it.
Well,
What was the
it
name?
is nice to know that he's not just screwing with me.
A-N-D.
I would have
IA?
begrudgingly been proud if you had managed to do that.
Well, I can share your frustration, I suppose, though it won't have nearly as much depth to it. Now, if these guys are still blabbering on, I think I'll just go to sleep. Go to sleep now next to Sulfur until one of them finishes, and they can wake me up for my watch.
I'm going to start
Fair enough.
trancing as soon as possible. But I believe trancing I can actually I'm still aware of everything around me.
You're aware, but you can't do anything.
So I can't do like perception check while in trance.
Or you can do perception with disadvantage,
Cool.
but you're not looking
Like
around.
if someone
It's just...
walked in front of the way your head was pointing.
Yep. Well,
In fact, I wouldn't even say you can do perception. I'd say it's passive perception.
I'll stay awake
I'll
for the at least first watch length.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So if he chances,
I
that's
thought
fine.
our thing was first.
I was kind of
watch,
treating
so-
it like
Well,
that as well.
I
so.
was thinking it was like before we did the watch because it's like
Okay.
when
So
I'll
you two
watch it.
realise that they're just chatting,
Yeah.
and so you'll take what, third watch?
I'll take whatever watch is necessary. So
There's only
who's
need to
staying
be two
awake right
people.
now? I don't want him to
These two are
trance
taking
if he has
first
to do
two
anything
watches.
about it.
So
Well, see, the way I see it is that watch could start about 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. There's still like 4 or 5
you've
hours.
got
before
about
then.
an 8-hour block.
Yeah.
Everyone gets about 6 hours of sleep.
So if we wake up at
8-hour
6,
block.
we can go to bed at 10. But like, that's why I'm thinking like, there's still a lot of
you
time
two,
in
you two are
between.
talking
That's what I'm thinking.
well into your
beforehand.
watch.
Yeah.
Uh,
Fair enough.
Archibald, you go to sleep, and you take second watch.
I meditate for a bit. Then
You're trancing on your second watch?
I'll
on that
trance
Just trance after you.
I'll trance after my watch.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
roll your perception.
Yeah. Am I with anyone? Sorry, anyone watching with me? Sorry,
No, because
Okay.
yeah.
because I would have given them that advantage. Okay. That's that. Yes.
You
yeah,
did it.
yeah.
You rolled within the box.
Yay!
I got an 11, so that's a C grade. Pass. P's get D's.
Your watch
Diplomas.
goes, as
Glenn.
far as
Get
you're
that.
aware, as far as you're aware, your watch goes relatively uneventfully.
far
You're
as
kind
I'm
of focusing on these strands that you have,
Yeah.
which hover about that far out from your arm. They just slowly rotate around your arm, and it's the umbral strands themselves forming these pictures. They have color. You're able to bring color into them, although in these particular memories, from Archibald at least, those don't.
Yep.
But they're just the couple that you have
I have it highlighted a bit. I'll be like, oh, that's what it was
float
cool.
around your
Right
arm, just like that.
We are all imagining these like the memories from Harry Potter, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much what
It's
it's
been
made
so long
like.
since I've seen it that I wouldn't remember.
That's actually how these.
You've been
spells work.
describing it
The-
exactly like that, so I'm kind of surprised that it like happened the same. But yeah.
Pretty much like I looked at it, I'm like, wow, this is Harry Potter. Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, I would remember something from the first two movies. After that, I won't remember shit.
That's when it got even better, man. Well, okay,
No,
not
I
the
You
didn't
don't
movies,
remember
books,
like the
though.
silver streams coming out of
That's
the
it.
heat,
No,
going
not
into
really.
the creepy bowl?
Goes into the
No,
bowl,
not
goes
really.
into.
Then the milk goes
potion-
in.
Again, it's been so long.
What?
So,
Then I'll transfer the next one.
Sariel, next watch.
Yeah.
Could I-
roll a
Third watch?
roll a perception check.
With my, could I give advantage on the perception
Am I
in
doing-
trance?
Am I
Very
doing
short.
sulfur as well?
Yes, yeah.
Well, she gets. It's what is that? 3. That's okay. So that's 16.
16, okay.
I chose the mutant dice, and it's kind of hard to see the 13. And I get 11.
11, alright.
11.
Sulphur's ears break up a couple times during a watch. As you're sitting there looking down on the smuggler's town, you see a couple of ships go in and out of the Gulf. You see one of them gets intercepted at one point by another vessel from the smuggler's town that casts off right around the time that the other ship is coming in, and you watch that kind of go down. You very faintly in the distance hear the clash of steel on steel for the briefest of moments, and then silence. And you watch the vessel, the new one, not the one that disembarked from the haven, but you watch the one that came in be brought back to the docks there. Looks like a successful pirate operation. But for the rest of your watch, not much eventful. The clouds above are getting a little bit darker, looking like it's going to start raining again in the next couple of days. But your watch passes uneventfully. Jon?
Yeah.
You're on last watch.
Sulfur wakes him up.
Okay, how?
No.
Just walks up and licks him in the face till he
Okay.
moves, and then she walks off and goes to sleep.
Yeah, not how.
Yeah, she's off it. Yeah.
Lick, not how.
I'm
She's
Right.
like the best alarm clock ever. Come on.
Perfect. Roll your perception.
What are you
I'd like to
doing?
think that some of her drill like hit his
Sweet.
presto.
17, I think.
So it has been.
Am I
Yeah.
a monster?
17.
17. Okay. You notice much the same thing Sariel did with
Yeah.
the weather. The clouds overhead starting to get a little bit darker, and you watch as the smuggler's haven happens. You see a few large figures moving around. It's far
Yeah.
enough away that you can tell they're large figures, but you
Yeah.
can't necessarily make out exactly what they are. They could be friggin' Goliaths for all you can tell, but
Yeah.
you've had experience with the slard there, so
Yeah.
you assume that these are the slide moving around. You see it looks to be busier on the surface than it was when you walked through.
Okay.
There was not nearly as many people on the streets from what you could tell when you originally walked through it,
Yeah.
which you did during the daytime.
Yeah.
you kind of observe this happen. You watch a ship get cast off again. A couple of figures moving around on it. Seems to be kind of crabbing in the water a little bit as it heads south down the Gulf towards Yom.
Yeah.
And a couple of ships come in and out. You see ships come out to meet them and then go away, and they let them through. Nothing much happens as the clouds gather overhead, and eventually the sun begins to rise.
I would like to wake up before sulfur.
Okay. Everyone,
I love contested constitution
take
checks.
a long rest. Go for an Archibald.
You can heal those 2 hit points.
Yeah,
Oh,
heal those 2 hit
yes.
points. You want to do that?
I might as well keep him there just in case.
Roll
It's gotta happen.
roll a con check for sulfur.
17.
17. You rolled a 12.
Yeah, she gets me today.
She gets Archibald today.
Just today, though.
She brings him breakfast. Like, I wake up to her snuffling through my bag and grabs some like meat jerky and takes it to him for breakfast.
You get presented with meat jerky.
Thank you, sulfur.
And then
She tried very hard to not drool on it, like she was holding it in the tip of her mouth.
I appreciate that.
I would have thought that you'd be like, oh, hand the food
Couple
there.
teeth marks in it as you remove it.
I mean, I'm genuinely amazed that it's still there at all.
Yeah.
So like you pretty much got woken up by like meat going onto your nose. Like,
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Just like tickling.
and like
your beard.
heavy breathing over your eyes.
Every day I have to think to myself, when I open my eyes, is that going to be sulfur or silkus? I really hope it's sulfur.
Oh, right. I did that one. Yeah. I was like, really? When did I do that?
So, I guess I will pay for it with like chin scratches. Be like, thank you.
To sulfur, not silkus.
And then I will presto it before I eat it.
She does notice you prestoing things. That's why she's trying so hard to not.
She doesn't really know what it means, but she does.
No, but she
noticed
knows he's
the
doing
first,
something.
She noticed the first time that the saliva was gone, or the smell of her own saliva was gone from her after he did it. So.
I give
She
a
knows
little...
he done something before eating anything that she gives him, so she's starting to feel a little bad.
I give a little...
I'll notice that. I'll be like, I do it with I do it with food that people prepare as well. It's not just you.
To be fair, that's true. You proved that.
She'll like kind of react to that by like wagging her tail and looking happier.
Is Archibald a germaphobe?
Yes, I established that episode 1.
I forgot that. Also, I kind of nudge. I kind of look at him and give him a nudge and point to my hair. Like, do you mind?
You want to
He's got
clean
this
your hair?
mat.
It's like the
His long
classic.
hair is just matted.
It's all like
it's all
it's-
knotty.
it's
You
bed
look like
hair.
Anna from Frozen.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's straight
All
up just bed hair.
me.
Oh yeah.
I used
You
to have my
see,
long hair.
it's not just food that I do it to. Watch this, and I show Sulfur that I cast the exact same spell on Silkus's head.
Feel great. Feel nice.
Suddenly,
and fresh.
he's in
Like-
a shampoo commercial.
And
She
Silkus is
walks-
here like my whole life. I've been preening myself every morning, spending hours, and then Archibald's just like, bang, it's done.
Wasted my life. But it was, then I cast Mage Hand. I start using the hand to do braids and whatnot.
Yeah.
She
God,
she
2,
walks up to
3
him and
hands to do
shows him a
braids.
fur and her fur.
Perfect, man.
Like
It's the
Yeah.
whole reason why I chose the spell.
Sure.
she's got like you know those bitty bit seeds. She's got one of those like caught up in her fur.
As
I
you
will
all
just take it out. I don't even need to cast a spell for that.
as you all prepare for the day ahead, you eat your respective breakfasts. We are going to take a break.
Yay.
So we'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. We'll see you shortly. Go get popcorn or refill your popcorn, go to the toilet, get some other food, whatever you need
Remind
to
your
do.
family that you still exist.
Remind your family that we exist, please. We will be back shortly when we will see you soon.
I hope so.
What?
Adam Savage story. He's like, I didn't intend for my title to be taken literally, but I'm glad it was. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back, everyone. We are sans Josh, not because he's gone to work, but because he's taking a shite. Well, at least that's what he's doing.
Don't start the stream.
Here he is.
I got it. I'm
Here
here.
he is.
Now we can start. Welcome back, guys.
Bandage the
No.
heat pack to my back because I am in serious pain right
Your
now.
leg is more powerful than my arm. You're
Yep.
I
right.
don't, honestly,
If
know
it makes you
what I've
feel
done.
any better, Oscar, I'm very proud of you for working through it.
I don't know what I've done, but I have done something, and it was just before stream, so it's really quite frustrating. But the show must go on, as it were.
Oh, by the way, just to clarify.
I love that I just got to see a glimpse of Sam's.
Yeah. Vote for Sam.
Vote for
Everyone.
Liam, please.
Sam.
Liam.
For fun.
Vote for Askqueef.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Vote with your eyes.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Vote with John. No, that's
That's
the one.
Liam.
That's the opposite too of the arse.
Gamer for president.
Just to let you know, I did originally say Crown of Madness, but when I realized it's combo, that's when I changed. If you're wondering, because
When did you shave it to a goatee?
it's been like 2 weeks.
Oh.
Wow.
He did it during the break. That's why.
Yeah.
I like that you're
That's
sitting
wait.
right next to him.
That's why I was late.
It's the first
Have
time
I
I've...
noticed?
That's why, because Michael's constantly looking at Josh, but Glenn is always looking away from Josh. So
Everyone should look
I'm
at me.
averting
No,
my
don't.
eyes. I'm not looking away.
yeah, that's true.
It's fine. That's fine. You know,
That's true.
only such a
Some
face
people
you-
can't look at godliness.
You know,
That's
I
why we
can tell
never
you
look at
exactly
Michael.
why I know.
That's.
That's why I always look at you.
Well, look.
Aw,
It's like
no
you know
sweet.
a
Moving
what
on.
they a firefly or something like they just go to the light.
Moving on,
No,
as
We shall not.
Hannah is begging of us right now.
And probably the other people that are watching this.
You have
No.
travelled out of Yoln
Oh.
and had a very unexpected, but I'm very glad you had a discussion between Silkus and Archibald, discussing memories
I'm gonna
and the
chip away at
extraction
your-
of memories.
I'm gonna chip away at that. That's what.
I
gonna
can't
happen.
wait for you to try.
It's going to take the first second of eternity. Good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
Every night we're gonna.
So
do
is this going to be every night now? We just
Oh, yeah.
listen to
Part
him
of his
talk
studies-
about picking through this memory wall.
Part
There
of
won't
his
be so much
studies.
talking, but we will.
A lot of ground to go.
So, you've woken up. You are prepared now to move along. What's our marching order?
I would like to go
Perceptive
second.
ones up front.
Yeah, perceptive ones up front, but I like to go second. Second
Sariel?
after the two.
You heading first?
Yeah.
Wouldn't Sulfur though? Go first.
Can I start training one of these guys in perception somehow?
I told you before
I-
the campaign started. You can develop skills if you would like. You just have to
Can
tell
we
me.
can I offer ranger training?
I do not.
That's
wanna-
if someone wants to
I
multi-class
don't
into
want to
ranger,
multi-class. I'm
I-
good. I'm happy.
I mean, just in tracking and perception.
Yeah.
I would imagine
Am I
that
qualified for
you
that? No, I'm not.
start training me, and I can already tell you how many brown leaves are on each tree as we walk past because I am already.
I start
proficient.
ignoring him.
It's like I've already had some training. It's just that my eyes just aren't that great. So it's like, yes, I know how to notice the movement in the trees, but also
I can't-
it's a bit blurry.
I notice the people in the city, not.
Note,
Not
get
the leaves
John
in the
glasses.
I just instinctually do. I just instinctually do the thing that Sean Spencer from Psych does whenever he walks in, like
Oh
maps
yeah.
each exit, remembers how many people are wearing hats in the room,
Yeah.
can tell you the color of the
I-
cloak.
Like just
of the
shines
Retract
a
inside
bit.
of the cloak.
My training offer.
I'm pretty sure
I'm
Silk.
perceptive as fuck. I just prefer to be in the middle because I don't have as many hit points as you guys.
I'm pretty sure Silkus can't actually do it because I'm pretty sure. What's the prerequisites? That word for ranger? Is that like wisdom has to be 13 or something, or
It's
dex?
Wiz or Dex, I think.
Because dex is
I
10
think
and
it's wisdom
wisdom's
or
12.
dex.
So
Depending
I
on
don't think
your
either of
main
those. I think
class.
it's
Yeah.
Dex 13.
ain't a chance.
I think it's both because your spellcasting's wisdom.
yeah,
Yeah.
that would make sense.
So, Sariel up front.
Can be a paladin though. Anyway.
Silkus second. Archibald third and John fourth.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay. Sari, roll a perception check for me. John, roll a perception check for me. What are you two doing while you walk here?
I'm also helping out John with his perception.
So you're being very vigilant with the rear of the party. Okay. Make a perception check for me. And
The rear was very blurry.
6.
19.
19.
I'm happy to give an advantage because I am looking around, but I'm not.
Joe won't get advantage. Perception you can't give advantage on because you can't really help someone see.
Fair enough.
So-
well, I'm kind of. Well, what's the environment like?
You're on like a ridge trail. You've got
Right.
mountain terrain to your right where it goes up, sheer cliffs essentially.
But I'm looking at the scenery.
But down to the left, you're looking at the base of the mountains, and then a big body of water, and then way across it, the other side of the Gulf of
All
Corrum.
right. I am just looking at the scenery, really, and where I'm going.
Okay.
Not really
Roll a
perceiving
perception
anything.
check for me.
Oh, maybe I am.
Okay.
14.
So what do you roll, Sarah?
14.
11.
Okay. 14,
19.
19,
Oh.
and
I'll
6.
say.
Okay. So as you want to hear, the clouds overhead start to get a little bit darker as you go. About an hour in, the first drops of rain start to come down. And they slowly get a little heavier as you're wandering, but you're declining now. And
No,
you have kind of moved towards them. The terrain has moved up and you've moved down a little bit to the point where the Smuggler's Haven is just to your left. And you're seeing up ahead that the path is going to come down just ahead of the Smuggler's Haven and end, essentially. You're going to have to follow the coast up here, the coast of the Gulf, at the foot of the mountains rather than heading through the mountain paths. And as you go, you kind of curve around here and you come pretty close to the Smuggler's Haven. Now, there are people moving around, not many, but there are. Are you trying to lay low and stay stealthy, or are you...
Head down, walk fast, I imagine.
Okay.
I'm going to try and stealth it.
I have my wand in my hand, like tucked in, so I can just supernatural angel style.
Yeah. Hidden blade.
I need to quickly message.
I would like to stealth as well.
Okay, so who's stealthing, who isn't?
So I imagine.
He's a man, he can't multitask.
True.
It's fine, I can't either.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of head down, walking fast,
Yeah.
kind of thing?
He's in a bright red coat. How can he stealth?
I imagine these guys like went to hide behind some rocks, and I kind of assumed that they were also going to just rush through the town quickly.
Cool. I'm going to.
So I didn't spot them.
I would try to stealth it, and Sulfur goes and fights with a rat.
I'm gonna ask
Very, very obvious.
Archibald to change my coat to a brown. For the love of God, this time get a brown, not green.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast. I'm going to change my appearance by using Alter Self.
Okay. Good.
And I am going to change to one of the locals that I saw in I forgot Can do, and I do that. Wow. Yeah. I'm gonna look. I'm thinking human.
Yep.
I'm thinking like someone with like long black hair, gets kind of a bit scroungy and whatnot. So you guys just see all the hair go up and then down, and the eyes are just brown, kind of what I am now, just tanned and long black hair. And I'm going to be a little bit shorter.
Okay. You do so.
I'm so glad I got
You're
this.
14 for
stealthing.
stealth.
14. Sariel, roll stealth.
I did.
What did you get?
Oh no.
I rolled a 4 and a 3, so imagine we're not very stealth.
Okay. And John, you're walking fast.
I'm using
Yeah.
Code Thought
Okay.
as well, just on my
It's an
voice
8 and a
underneath my
6.
sleeve.
So.
Roll a stealth for me. Not because you're stealthing, but because you're kind of drawing attention.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's a 9, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. So,
I'm going to walk away as well. I'm not going to be part of the group. Good
So
save.
you
Sword
kind of all
also.
spread out and continue moving past the Smuggler's Town. You get a few looks, and at one point, one of the slug notices you. You see this is a red one,
Yep.
and it comes out from behind the buildings and sees you, and gets curious and wanders out to you. Doesn't go all the way up to you, but it's standing out in the open fields here, just watching as you go past. You see another slide behind it.
Yeah.
This one, a green one, standing kind of next to a building, watching the red side, and you. The red side turns. You see them converse for a second. Keeps watching you, and then you get out of sight, and they don't seem to follow you.
Okay.
The rest of you, for the most part, seem to have gone mostly unnoticed. John was pretty much drawing all the attention, and while you weren't stealthing, you were just kind of sticking
inconspicuous,
away, just
low life, kind of looking.
Exactly. You didn't.
I
go
just
on
insulted
attention.
myself. Okay, continue.
Yeah, I mean,
You insulted your alternate persona.
yes.
True, but I did say this looks kind of like me except with long hair, so I did insult myself.
Yeah.
So he insulted Josh.
Yeah, not Silkus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Silkus insulted Josh.
Yeah. Exactly. Wow.
That's
That's some
very
serious meta. Wow. Your own character just insulted you as a person
If it was anyone else, I would not take it. But I'll take it.
from Silkus.
You kind of have to.
You kind of have to, yes.
I mean, what are you going to do about it?
I
Kill
wanted
it?
to sound like it was a choice, Glenn.
It's weird how you actually self-actualized.
I did.
Yeah.
That's just the surface of my thoughts.
So are you walking through with your new hood up?
Yeah.
There you go.
That's his
Wearing it.
camouflage activated. Oh, you've done it too.
Because we were stealthing.
Because you're
I
stealthing.
fucking love that so
You're
much.
stealthing.
I feel like yours.
I saw him put his up, so I put mine up.
I like yours. I really like your hood. That's really cool.
Oscar bought me those.
Ah, it's nice.
It's a very nice jumper thing.
He bought me it for my birthday 2 years ago.
So,
Good present.
you, for the most part, you're still within sight of the Smuggler's Town, but the side that were watching you are now out of sight. And you are now heading north along the coast. There is not that much sand, it's mostly rock along here. And you begin trudging up that way.
Is anyone any more around us? And like, are we no longer?
There's no one, make a perception check. There's no one obviously around.
12.
12. You don't see anyone out in the open. Occasionally you see a ship go past, but that's about it.
I'll wait till everyone else thinks it's best to uncloak.
Okay. Yeah, you get a decent distance away, and then it seems like a good spot, and you.
Cool. I go behind it. I just like walk behind a tree, and around
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah,
Still with the
he
brown
like goes quickly behind a rock outcrop, and as he comes back out, he
Does the
flips again.
cartoon thing?
Yeah, exactly.
I like
Apart
to
from the
think
fact that
that
his cloak is still brown.
Yeah, part that one.
I like to think that you did the Willy Wonka thing with the car, the car cleaning thing, where too much person went into behind this tree.
It's a very thin tree.
It disappeared completely, and then
Yeah.
you walked.
Yeah.
It's a very thin tree like this thing.
Yeah, there's really not that much in the way of timber around here, so you found the narrowest little shrub that you could find.
Yeah.
You
Walked
come
up.
out with this haunted
I-
expression.
It's like a small
Where
shrub.
was
That,
I?
like a shrub like this
It's been
big.
3 years.
It's like a shrub that like as tables like. And so like I go down like a ladder, like a staircase, going down.
Yeah, exactly.
And then go back up.
Exactly. I love it.
And I'll nudge to be like, could I make her back to the normal color, please?
You can't find me. I rolled really well with my
Can't.
stuff.
You're on the 12. That's what I read.
No, I rolled a 14.
19.
Fuck. Those
19
plus
perception.
twos.
Oh yeah.
So he rolled better than the ranger and the wild animal
Yeah.
with padded feet.
Yeah.
That you could
My
destroy.
feet are also padded
Actually,
in boots.
I'm pretty sure he rolled better than us combined.
Yeah, I think so.
I just vanished.
Is he
this
still
when you
is he
spell
still
anything.
sneaking?
What?
Are you all
Are you still sneaking?
Are you
No, I'm
also-
no longer sync.
No?
I'm not syncing. No,
Because I'm just picturing Sulfur like freaking out and like running around trying to find him.
She can find him.
I'm trying to. I don't want to
behind
be
that bin
noticed
tree.
until we have visual confirmation on a purple tiefling bastard.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So you're maintaining this stealth.
Yeah.
Alright.
I take off my coat.
For the purposes of this,
I don't like this color.
stealth, you all know where you are. The stealth is avoiding the people you don't want to know where you are from seeing you. So you all each other know where each other is.
I don't like this coat. I take it off because it's the wrong color.
Why are you wearing gold-plated clothes under that cloak?
You
It's
are what you
actual
wear.
gold.
Yeah. Gold armor.
Look, that's
Plate
just
armor made of
that
solid
just cries
24 karat gold.
Yeah.
cries from the low class, thinking the rich people
Which is
can't
why it
be
doesn't
no
count as
have
armor
stuff.
since gold is so malleable.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
only got 33 uses, man.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
got it. Look, low class blaming the top 1%. Can't have none of it.
So, over the course of the next about a day, you walk north along the coast. You see a number of ships go past you heading south. A number of ships come back up. And eventually, you go to a point where the mountains start to curve away to your right, and the ground becomes softer. Ground becomes dirt, then almost sludgy for a bit as the rain has started coming down a bit more. You're not sinking into it yet, but
I wish I
grass
had
becoming quite
levitate.
soft. It's mostly still grass,
I
but
wish for levitate.
it's a bit too wet in this area, and you're kind of squelching through the grass. You
I'm gonna I'm gonna ask Sariel if she has any fancy ranger tricks that make it easier to walk through this kind of squishy ground without getting my boots stuck and pulled off.
Yeah.
What kind of terrain are we in?
I would classify this as plains, right here where you are.
Is it actively raining?
But you,
Are we up in the
as an Unearthed Arcana Ranger, you completely ignore difficult terrain of any kind, not just in your favorite terrain.
So just herself.
But does that include everybody that's traveling with me? Or
No,
just me?
just you.
So we
So I'm pretty much doing a Legolas up on the up on the passage of the mountains when he's just walking on top of the snow and everybody else is like.
Yeah, pretty much. You are.
my
So I'm just gonna look at John and just be like, well,
It's easy.
always be a ranger.
my thighs are burning. It's chafing.
You
God.
basically you find you're able to spot the kind of harder patches of dirt more easily,
So
where the
can I just
drainage is kind of
Tell
taking
everybody
it
to
further
follow
away.
me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can give people some.
Just gonna try to walk in Sariel's footsteps.
So
Yeah.
it helps. It
Whereas
helps.
Sulphur's just like finding the muddiest
Sulphur's
patches.
light enough that she doesn't have too much of a problem.
No,
so-
no, she's gonna get dirty
Yeah, she
just
does.
for fun.
She does. What were you saying?
I have so much
Can
dread.
I cast Presto continuously on my boots, so whenever they touch the
Oh.
mud, it just turns to soil.
Next,
Just dries out instantly.
next
so
level.
I can get
Next
across.
level. I'm getting
Yeah.
that fucking spell.
You know,
Next
you-
level.
Presto is amazing. I love it.
You know, usually the spell which wizards practice like incessantly until they can cast it without thinking is like a spell which like isn't already a cantrip, but you know,
I've got magic
if you want to
missile
be
for
a
that, man.
prestidigitation archmage, go ahead.
I'm gonna have the cleanest wizard's tower in all. the
Signature
world.
spell. Presto.
You're
In
the
my defense.
Can he make it like work on a wider radius if he practices it? Fast,
Well,
like,
I-
so if we own a house eventually, can he just clean the house?
There is a possibility that he could potentially do that
You could
with
create-
some creativity.
Just
Okay.
wait till I get. Just wait till I get a 7th level spell. Then you'll
Dude,
see a clean house.
You can create. You can actually create a spell and make it a prestidigitation one. Also, you know how we're like electrical engineers kind of thing? He's a janitor technically. If that's the case.
What?
Because, always clean towel and whatnot. He'll be the janitor, if anything.
He is the military electrical engineer who lost his memory in an accident.
And took a job as a janitor.
You ever been flung across an entire continent through accidentally shorting some umbra? Because I probably have.
You were the only one that had that guy that's got those boots. You're the only one that got those boots of the captain or whatever. Just that's spick and clean, so they want you back. That's it. I've solved it. Move on, next.
So, Sariel, you're taking point. I would like you to roll a survival check for me.
Oh dear.
Frick you, raising me from my favourite spell being a king.
21.
21. Okay.
I'm liking that particular green dice. This green dice is not so good, but this green dice, which is exactly the same, is better.
The rest of you roll perception checks for me.
Sure.
Over the course of the next hour or so, as you kind of move through this softer land as the rain's coming down and the whole place is just getting absolutely boggy, you manage to spot and avoid quite quickly the large patches of what are probably the mud equivalent of quicksand.
I would call it a
Bog, but you don't want to step in these, and you spot them. They're quite difficult to spot, but they've still got grass growing out of them, but you notice that it's a little thinner. You notice that the ground itself looks a little squishier, maybe a little deeper, and you just kind of lead the party around them and between them. The rest of you would roll for perception.
16.
13.
8.
Ooh.
16. You, as the rain starts to come down a little heavier, you start to hear from behind, very occasionally, way behind you, that very familiar, inhuman scream howl thing that you were hearing a number of days ago back near Freight.
The frog.
The
amphibian. Got
Pretty
it.
much. Pretty much.
It's not the metally one.
No,
The other
not the screeching of the rust of the Gorgon. This is the one, and you point it out, and you all listen, and eventually you catch one. It's that it is that frog thing essentially that you're hearing. Back when it was when you were near the K system, getting the Sanomyzerium herb, you heard
The weird bird hunting one.
the bird hunting.
The one that always jumped
thing.
and we're always weirded out by.
At least
It's
the sounds
curious.
that you were hearing when it was around you.
Do I hear that?
He points it out. and you
Okay.
do. Yeah.
Honestly, could we just make a slight detour? Curiosity is getting the better of me. I really want to know
We
what
die,
that
it's
is.
on you.
Detour to where?
We don't
To
know how
whatever that
strong
sound
it
is, I really want to know what it
I'm
is.
just really hoping that it's taking out the smugglers' haven, so we don't have to deal with them on the way back.
Saliel, would you know anything about that? If traveling around, would you know anything about that kind of
Would
creature?
I?
That sound?
You've already rolled for this. You don't really know what it is.
I can't remember rolling for it. There you go. No, I don't really know anything about it.
You've seen it. You've seen this thing, and you've heard the howls before. And when you originally heard them, that's when you rolled the first time.
I just hope.
But no, you don't have any experience with it. You don't know what it is.
I just any a little bit curious. Like I am. I really want to have a look.
Yeah, but what if it's stronger than we are?
Oh, we're not going to go
Ask
too
it, hands
close.
on this.
I think we just won't find it if we go looking for it. Let's keep going. If it finds us, we'll see it. And if it doesn't find us, good.
I agree with John.
I mean, it could just only take like a few
Sentence
minutes.
stopped so suddenly.
Yeah.
I agree with John.
Very well. We'll be back.
Okay.
Level
So,
20, coming back to
continue
find
on.
that creature.
And
Gonna get a new pet.
got
it's a
7
it's a
HP.
short while again before you start to see
Sound like meteor
trees
ice.
pop up
Small
more
one.
and more around you, Sariel. On the mountains at this point, you are into the peninsula itself. The mountains have started curving well and truly away from you, and you are moving into the trees. And one last perception check for me, Sariel.
Aw.
Last. Oh no.
trying to like not move the dice.
Get that backup character.
Before your
21.
passive perception
21.
increases to 20,
Okay.
and you never need to roll again.
I told you this dice is rolling really good.
Ah, you rolled that.
Yeah, as the
Roll
trees
2d6s.
as the trees crop up all around you and you start moving between, it's pretty sparse at this point, but it starts to get denser and denser. And looking ahead, you can see what looks like just jungle. But as you're walking, you catch just out of the corner of your eye the slightest glimpse of something fluttering through the trees around behind one of them.
It's a
I'll go and
beagle.
speak to it.
Okay. You head over, and as you approach the tree, suddenly, without warning, you see a bright purple shape step out and face you.
It's me.
I shoot it with magic missile.
So can I just? I was gonna say, can I just like reflex punch?
Roll to hit.
Oh, that's a
You're
nat
gonna
20.
get us in trouble with a mind flayer one day.
Oh,
If you
God.
just reflex punch anything purple.
That just straight strength because it's sun hand.
Yeah.
16.
I can't
16.
believe the thing which was jumping out of the grass and eating birds
It was Fenrir.
was Fenrir.
As you punch, you do it real quick, but he catches it in his hand in front of you. Slowly, like, have it back.
One of these days I'll
Hello,
get you.
Sariel.
This is yours.
One of these days I'll get you.
Oh, boy. Trust me.
I await the day with great anticipation.
You know I hate it when you jump up at me.
I do it anyway.
Just want to say, you're going to regret that as I do this.
You can't remember that.
I obviously have quicker reactions than you do.
Or he's known me longer.
That too. Anyway,
Silkus got slapped.
you seem to have made it here. You seem to have made it here pretty easily. Any trouble on your way?
Had to make a detour for funds, but it worked out.
Do you know what the weird screechy frog-like but way too heavy to be a frog and it
Yeah.
jumps out of the grass and eats birds thing is?
Do you have any idea of that? Because I'm really curious about it.
I have
He
no
won't
idea
shut
what
up
you're
about
talking about.
No one's ever
It-
expected it.
It is typically accompanied by.
That's a
Sounds.
horrendous noise.
I know.
I know.
Can't wait till like 3 days from now. He's like, "Oh, you mean the remoras? That thing? Oh yeah."
Yes, the purple worm.
Give it a good berry, it'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
I am not getting eaten by a purple worm in more than one campaign.
To be fair, you
may not have
didn't
any
last
control
time
over that.
either.
A
Sorry?
ranger saved
You didn't last time either.
It swallowed me.
Did it?
Yes!
Oh.
Well, I do apologize about that.
I mean, at least you got
It,
that
it,
up.
it knocked me unconscious and you fed me a good berry to save my life. When it spat me out.
Wow.
I have no regrets.
I mean, to be
Yeah,
fair,
well.
some people take rejection really hard. You took it well.
With the purple worm didn't.
Yeah, it was fine. It was full.
It sleuthed off.
Different campaign, guys. Let's focus on this one.
We have more
Yes.
than one.
So, I've scouted the place out. It's huge. I don't know what they're doing in there. I wasn't able to get in. I got closer yesterday, like I promised. I was able to get just inside the walls, but it's pretty well guarded, at least at the moment. I think with
Are these
a bit more
guards
preparation,
like proper guards, or are they just shit kickers?
the ones I saw, shit kickers.
Okay.
I think we could take them on. But me on my own, if one of them gets away and alerts the rest, I don't know what else is down there. I'd much rather have a group backing me up.
So, Pacey, where Pate is Pestilence then?
In there. He's in the outpost.
Oh, so you actually saw him.
I tracked
Saw
him there.
it.
I tracked him there. He hasn't come out. I've seen him a couple times inside the walls, but he hasn't left.
Right.
I've been monitoring it pretty well. It's about, well, if we move at a fast pace, it's about 2 days travel from where we are currently. So it's possible he's left by now, but honestly, I doubt it. And there's only one way off this peninsula, so.
Well, we better do something soon.
Yeah. Do you know how... Is the stable visible from the outside, or could we cripple him before we make a move, or not really?
Nothing but wall visible from the outside, unfortunately. I think we can do some more strategizing together once we're there.
Yeah.
It's going to take us a couple of days to get there, but I have a campsite nearby here if you'd like to head there. It's pretty safe. These forests, these jungles, we need to move quick.
Well, lead the way, Percy.
Follow me. And he turns on his
I'm
heel.
just quizzically looking whenever he says Percy. Like,
Pacing.
Percy.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Close enough.
It's so weird.
Fenrir turns on his heel and starts heading kind of east-southeast towards the mountain range. You follow him for a little while. He leads you through certain areas. He seems relatively familiar with this path. And Sulfur is kind of sniffing out ahead, and she's catching sense of him. So he's obviously moved this way a couple times.
I'm just picturing her picking up a scent and her tail just wags a little bit. And then she just keeps moving.
Yeah, essentially, yes. He eventually leads you onto more solid ground, rocky ground, and then up just a short ways in between a couple of the mountains. And you find a very secluded spot, little clearing, with mountains all around you, where he has a little camp set up. He's just got his one tent, a small fire that he's had going, currently extinguished, but and just the scraps of some food lying around that has been over the last couple of days. It's getting dark. We should probably sleep for the night. If any of you want a hand setting up your tents, I can do that for you. I haven't got much to do since I've
Do we
already
even
done.
have tents?
Oh, tent?
I don't
What
think
have we
any
been
of us-
sleeping
Why
on?
did none of us buy a tent?
I bought one for myself. It's a one-person tent.
So obviously he puts up his tent while I stare at him like, seriously?
We could have bought another one. We had a town to do it. I just assumed you guys didn't
didn't
like it.
even
I thought
think
you
about
liked the
it.
outdoors. I didn't think you wanted to shut your eyes to it.
I'm going to make a lean-to.
I'm seeing why you slept in.
Hmm.
I'll help
It's
you make
not
a
my
lean
fault
to.
if no one else thinks like
Roll a
these things.
survival check for me.
I wouldn't be so so quick on that,
Percy.
Percy. All your secrecies.
What did you roll, sorry?
17.
17.
Side note, I have seen
Fenrir
you
rolled
turn
a
on your heel.
25, so...
I have seen you turn on your heel. Like when you go turn around and go do something. So I can picture that like perfectly.
I see where the back injury is coming from.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
I had
lean
to
in that.
really consider how I was going to do that because I turned the wrong way and I'm fucked. So you rolled a 17, Fenrir rolled a friggin' natural 19 for a 25.
Nice. That's pretty high
The
perception.
two of you
Not
together...
perception, survival.
Two of you together make short work of the task, and you actually end up making enough. Are you making? Here's a question I'll put to you. Do you want to make one that's big enough for the whole party, or multiple?
I want to make one that's big enough for everybody except Silkus.
I knew she was going to say that.
You do so quite easily.
Well, he doesn't need
It
one.
also includes Fenrir's tent.
Yes, yeah. It integrated into Fenrir's tent, which is at the end of it. The little, yeah, exactly right.
So he has like an awning on his tent.
Yeah, exactly. A very large awning that's enough to kind of cover you all. And he starts getting food prepared for you all. He takes out some of his own. You roll a... Actually, your passive perception's high enough. Same with you. Sarah, you notice that as he pulls out, he's got this kind of under his half cape. So he's got a half cape that sits off one shoulder. And he swings out this kind of satchel bag and opens it, and you notice you two kind of idly watching that this is a bag of holding as well. And he starts extracting items from it. He has some food in there and other things that he starts preparing for you all. This bag of holding is a different design to yours. It is his colour scheme, the purple and black, and it's a little bit more elegantly decorated than the one that you have. But he sets a fire, starts cooking food for you all. Is there anything you'd like to do during this time as you're preparing for your second
Well,
night?
if
I want to ask
Archibald-
Archibald to presto all the floor around. so that we're dry on the inside of the lean-to.
Okay.
Nice, good
I
idea.
do that.
That's a good idea. If he's
We're
busy
not
doing
sleeping
that,
on
then I'm not gonna worry.
mud.
I'll ask Archibald if he's interested in doing another go at the detect thoughts after that. If he is, then I'm gonna get Fenrir after food and get him to help me out.
Honestly, I wanna work on punching down that wall myself tonight.
Oh, no,
I've got that
no
face to focus on, so I'm just gonna spend a couple hours by myself.
No problem. Just let me know if you want more. That case, then I'm gonna start talking to Fenrir, or Pacey, as some people call him.
Okay.
I'm focusing.
There's
on
only you
this.
call him?
Me and a lot of other people at a famous.
Yeah, and
institute.
where are those other people? Nowhere, still you.
Oh, very well, don't need to get a little defensive on that, but that's fine.
Oh, hey, look. The exact notes that I need from many sessions ago.
Ah,
Okay.
It's weird that they're in the exact notes that you need drawer of your table.
Yeah, but I'm surprised I found them so quick.
he has
Um,
what he doesn't know is the ones.
Sorry,
that I
are
put
you
in there
doing your
2
bow
days
again
ago.
tonight?
Very pointedly, I'm going to turn so that I'm not facing Fenrir.
Okay.
And then, yes, I will try.
Okay. Roll your athletics check with advantage.
That is cocked. Oh, yay. Okay. 18, and it would have been like a 7.
18. As you do this, Fenrir does notice. That's a very interesting contraption you got there. Where did you get that?
I like head jerk at John.
You made that.
Yeah.
Talented. Very well done.
Thank you.
I'm surprised that you managed to get the string on that. As you do, you managed to get the bow bent enough to get the string on it. Can you draw it?
I turn around and just ignore him. Like, kind of pouty child, like,
I'll take that as a no.
I'm gonna try anyway.
Okay. You don't manage, unfortunately.
I don't even get to roll for it.
You already rolled for it.
Should
You
be
don't
a
know.
central roll.
I'm feeling a bit nervous about the upcoming fight, so I'm actually gonna take the time to practice a couple of Greek fighting forms with my fork.
Then you're gonna have to throw it away because you've used it.
No.
It's borderline, but I'm worried about this one.
I'm just punching away at that wall,
Okay.
focusing on the face that he showed me.
Okay. What were you going to say, Hannah?
I was just gonna comment on the fork.
Arcana for you? You're trying.
Oh, that's not bad with a.
19.
Oh man,
Okay.
that's
Noted.
good.
I was stuck in
I'm
there.
gonna talk to Fenrir for a little bit when he has time.
I mean, he kind of turns away from your conversation when he sees Sariel's trying to string the bow.
Yeah.
He seems very intent on watching her do that. And when
That's
she
fine.
strings it, you roll an insight check.
Sure. Because when he does that, I'll. Oh, never mind. That's a
Okay.
good old 3.
You see,
No,
you see,
5.
you see a brief look of surprise. Almost exactly like Thor in Age of Ultron when Captain America budges the hammer.
I
You
knew
see,
it.
he's looking at Sariel and goes, "Whoa!" for a brief moment,
Pacey.
yeah, and then it's gone again.
Pacey,
Yes.
could you be able to clue me in and help me out with something?
I can certainly try.
Am I at least no longer
No.
hearing distance from her?
No, I'm trying
be
to
if you want.
avoid his
I'd like to
attention.
be. Okay, perfect.
Okay. She's got very
Could you tell me what the deal with Saliel? I just want to get understand.
Can I hear him say my name badly?
No, purposely,
No.
but not
F-
there. Stop.
Fenrir has taken you away from the rest. Of
No,
the
I
others,
wasn't
so-
gonna listen anyway.
That's alright.
Um,
What do you mean, Zogis?
she's interesting person.
She is.
Takes things very literally. That I noticed.
Sometimes. That will come
just-
with her background.
And that's something I want to know. You said that you've started training her for how many years? How long do you
A
say?
number of years.
What was her childhood like? If you know anything like that, I know she said something about being raised by wolves. Selfa is her sister.
Yeah, she's not raised by wolves, but she spent a lot of time with that group of them, that particular group. Sulfur was whelped right around the time that I her
Look, I
father
don't
was
want to.
and I took her under my wing. I spoke to the wolves. They were able to keep her safe because I couldn't. I taught her, but I didn't live with her. I didn't protect her constantly. She didn't need it, but the wolves were able to keep an eye out.
What's your relationship with her father?
None. I was there when he died.
So out of basic guilt. Could
Not
protect? No?
I did my best, but I was knocked out. She saved my life.
Knocked out by what?
Have you ever heard of a beholder?
I've heard.
Not one of those.
Well,
There's a
don't
lesser
say one thing and say
known-
the other.
There's a lesser known version of beholders. They're called spectators.
Oh,
They're usually released by powerful wizards or
I usually find
dark
them-
forces who summon them and set them upon someone, and she and her father happened upon one in the forest, in Silver Rainforest one day, and I
Right.
happened to be tracking it. It got into a fight with them. I
Right.
was in the process knocked out. I did my best. When I came to, I was in a wolf den with Sariel, Sam's father, where she healed me back to health, and in exchange I spoke with the wolves, used my skills to have her protected, and taught her what I knew.
Well, that was a lot worse than I was actually anticipating.
She's had a hard go at it.
Well, that you're in. So, you were there. You couldn't protect father. So what were you? What were you doing there?
I was tracking the spectator.
So you, besides the four horsemen,
This was long before I
before.
knew about them.
right?
This is many years ago now.
See, I would have liked to have been able to ask the kind of stuff with her. It's just her and I are on a little bit of a tense kind of
I've noticed.
relationship. I don't blame her. Sometimes I can
Neither do
be
I.
quite. Hey, don't you start, Pacey. Don't you start.
I already did.
Yeah. Do you remember at the time with trying to think. Brian.
Yes. Yeah, I remember him. What a nerd.
He was a bit of he was an oddball. He was a bit of a tough one. I actually found out something about him. This was actually thanks to Gatwick.
Have you noticed that halflings seem to have this weird size thing where
have.
the smaller a halfling is, they tend to have a bigger personality?
Yeah, it's almost like they're compensating on something.
Yeah,
I can't
Brian
explain
was
myself
definitely
out.
a stereotype.
Oh, definitely. But I found out that there was a lot more to him, and to kind of open my eyes on that kind of thing. But you're something different.
I am.
I thought I knew you quite well.
You did. Not
No.
everything I told you was a lie. Just mostly my name and my appearance, but not everything I told you was a lie.
Well, yeah, appearances can be deceiving.
They certainly can.
I'll let you know something though. Her and I are a bit tense, so honestly, I would prefer to hear all that from her. But I'm glad you'd let me know that. It gives me a bit more.
I just wanted you to know that she's had a rough time.
Yeah, haven't we all? But she's definitely had it a lot worse. Yeah. I thank you for that. And I just quickly go. I walk away quickly, then turn back. It's like Gab's favorite color is
Huh?
Garrick's favorite color is.
You know he's an egotistical bastard. It's blue.
All right, just you're crazy. Okay. And I I walk away.
All right.
Eyes on you, Oscar. Eyes on you.
You're trying to catch me out. I'm not gonna let you. Not this time. You've done it multiple times before. Not this time.
I got you pretty good with the detect thoughts though. You gotta be honest with that one.
I wasn't expecting that. I'm happy you did it.
Yeah.
So, before you all head to sleep for the night, anyone doing anything else?
I'm going to scratch my quill, as we all do. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's not too bad. Then I start writing, and
Find a branch and play a game of tug of war with Sulfur.
that's good.
Assuming, of course, she wants to play.
Tug of war
course
with
she
the actual tree itself.
When she's around Fenrir, she's more like energetic and excited, and it's harder to get her to go to sleep.
You all watch as you all go about your evening routine. You see Fenrir sit down. He de-strings his own bow. He pulls out a small tube of some white substance and starts waxing his bowstring.
Is the substance wax?
It is.
Oh.
I had to do
Is
the
the
reveal.
small tube a candle?
No, it's not. He begins to wax his bowstring. You see him doing that for a little while. He grabs a piece of old fabric that's stained with a lot of other wax stains, and uses that to kind of smooth it out. As he adjusts the bowstring, twists it just right so that it's the right length for his bow. You see him string it a couple times, give it a couple tests, make sure its brace height is right. He takes a lot of care of this bow, and you watch him do this for about half an hour to an hour.
I don't watch him.
But it's in the background. He's just kind of sitting there doing that. He does inspect all of his arrows, and he grabs a couple where he grabs he grabs a whetstone out of his pack and just grinds down the tips of some of these arrows. As you notice, again, in passing, that they've got some burrs on them. And then he takes absolutely no care of
While he's doing his arrows.
anything besides his weapons, and for a little bit himself, just getting ready for sleep.
While he's fiddling with his arrows, can I do something?
Yes.
I'm going to take his broken one out of my pack and throw it at him, so it lands at his feet.
Where'd you get this?
Found it.
You know that's not what I asked.
I found it.
I don't lose
You're
many
welcome.
arrows. I can think of a couple locations you might have found this.
I found it. You should
You
know
have it
better.
back if you want.
No, but you should know better.
I do my best. Pestilence was a pressing matter.
So you should know better.
You found it, didn't you?
And if I hadn't,
I doubt someone else would have. If I couldn't find it.
maybe.
Hey, I'm proud of you.
Then let me use the bow.
It'll let you use it when the time's right.
Down to the point.
I'll turn around and go to bed.
Okay. You all bed down for the night. Watch order. Fenrir offers to take the center watch, the middle watch. So I'll say third watch.
I have already done a lot of watching. I'm gonna do a lot of sleeping.
I'll take first.
Since she's been racked up by playing with John, I'm gonna sing a lullaby in Elvish to make Sulfur actually go to sleep.
Okay. Okay.
And then I'll go to sleep after that.
Okay. So first, Fenrir's on third. Who's on second? What's on
What's
third?
on
I'll go second.
I don't know. It's on fourth.
Second.
There is no fourth.
And And I don't know who's on fourth. Who's on fourth?
Who's on?
I'll take it.
Okay.
Oh dear.
So Silka's getting some sleep tonight
It's
in his
comedy.
one-man tent that is nowhere near the lean-to.
Mine is close by, but you know, I'm gonna actually.
I just think that they built the lean-to with the walls just encroaching on your tent so that it's uncomfortable with the...
Can I actually quickly do something before I go to sleep? I'm going to go out a decent distance from the camp, not too far away. Still, I can see them, and I'm going to take my Give me a second.
Yep.
I am
And spool the thread.
gonna take my cane, and I'm going to turn the handle and open up the gem, and almost like a lasso of fine silver wire, and it gets larger and larger and larger, and communicates around the entire camp, casting an alarm.
Okay. You do so, and you finally cast it out, and it...
Finally casted it in general.
Yeah, you cast it out, and the line kind of spins out around the whole camp, and then snaps to the edges and settles into the alarm spell.
Perfect. I'll once I do that, I'll just walk back. I'll just say in passing, just like, set alarm. I'll let you know if anything comes close to us. And
Cool. So
good night.
do
Sleep well. And what? As I go to shut the
Okay.
tent, go to sleep.
Roll a perception check.
21.
21. Okay.
Also using that time.
I don't
as,
like that he's looking at notes
something
during this.
meditative
night
as
watch.
well.
Yeah.
Meditative moment.
Okay.
Nothing happens.
I need this.
Glenn, he's looking at notes. Something's
alright.
gonna happen.
I'll roll the d12.
I will find out. I will find out.
Okay. So, roll Arcana.
Natural 20. Damn it! That was cocked.
Yeah. That's a good number too.
Oh.
Less so.
15.
Okay. Also noted. So, throughout your watch,
Yep.
the rain has slowed to a trickle. It's just lightly sprinkling at this stage. And are you just under the lean-to?
Yeah.
Just kind of looking out. You hear once throughout your watch that howl, that scream. Yeah. From a distance, it's
By the
echoing
way,
through
that
the
peaks the
mountains.
mic.
Sorry.
It echoes through the mountain, but you only hear it once throughout your watch. Seems Fenrir has picked quite a good spot for the camp. You don't hear much at all besides
How
that,
long a
just
box
once.
canyon?
And there is some water draining into the area, but you notice that the way the land is set out here, it mostly just drains straight out the front, and doesn't affect where your camp is set at all.
Cool.
And besides that, your watch is relatively uneventful. It's very dark here. The clouds are overhead and the mountains all around you. Like very, very dark.
Okay.
But you wake Sariel up.
No, I'm last.
Nope, you're last. John.
Yep.
You wake John up. Roll your
Very
perception check.
carefully, because
Yeah.
I'm afraid of waking people.
14.
14.
Not bad, not bad.
Throughout your watch, John, yeah, you know it's much the same.
Yep.
I don't like
He
this.
rolled a dice, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa!
I know. It's
He looked at notes
It's a rare
before.
thing, it's a
We're
rare
in for a
thing.
bad time.
No, we're
One
fine.
d20 goblins.
oh, jeez.
No, I rolled an 80, so
80 goblins.
80 goblins, yeah.
Of course.
80
upstate.
rocks descend on you.
Oh no,
Everyone
from the
does.
sky, just from the sky, nowhere else.
Me as well.
Oh no.
You catch at one point
Make up your
a
mind.
couple of those screams.
Mm-hmm.
In between screams, just the slightest, like, rumble for brief moments.
Yeah.
Almost like an earthquake, but you don't feel the ground shaking. But other than that,
Okay.
your watch passes, and it is Fenrir's watch.
Yeah. I'll wake him up and pass on. Yeah, there's some kind of rumbling in the distance. Don't know really what it was, but
Wakes up and pass on.
Noted. Thank you.
Passes
Look out for it. Oh, Fenrir, what are you doing?
Mate, we trusted you.
We even made like fan art of you.
Well,
Let us down.
It's
I
fine. He's got
guess
pretty good
he-
perception.
yeah, but he doesn't have night vision, so
Of
or
course.
dark vision.
He's a
But he's a
tiefling.
tiefling.
Tieflings don't have dark vision.
Yeah,
Within
they do.
60 feet of you, treat dim light as bright light.
Well, I played him wrong, didn't I?
What?
No, I never had dark vision.
Probably not.
Wow.
I just deleted his character sheet, so I can't even see it. You can't even check.
You deleted Nine's
Oh,
character
no.
sheet. Wow, that's a piece of history gone.
That's history. I don't think I've even deleted Gatwick.
Yeah, you have.
Okay.
Hold on, let's to find out.
I had like
Nope, he's
40
right there.
characters. I needed to clean it up to 10.
What did he roll?
Not
Fenrir rolled a
nine.
natural 3 for a 9.
Oh.
Yeah, not good.
This guy's, he's got like a plus
He's
10.
distracted.
It's fine.
Silkus.
Oh no.
You get dragged away in the night.
That's so weird because I have a alarm.
Your alarm goes off.
That's the alarm. I'm just like,
Wee woo.
I
wee
will-
woo.
actually, hold on, give me a second. You can choose whether the alarm is mental or audible. I'm gonna make it audible. I will make it audible.
Okay,
Just sounds like a bunch of chickens.
so your alarm goes off.
Yeah.
First thing, it triggers in your mind and wakes you up.
Sounds like a
And
penguin.
you hear it going off as well. Sariel, you wake up.
Grabbing
Archibald,
the
you wake
stuff,
up.
grabbing everything.
John, you've just gone to sleep,
Yeah.
and your passive perception's a little lower, so you don't quite wake up yet.
yeah.
Everyone who is awake, so you three and Sulfur as well, make perception checks for me.
Hells yes.
12.
Can't wait to roll initiative. 7.
Is it dim light? No, it doesn't matter. I have dark vision. Forget it. Yeah, right. I remember I have dark vision.
Yes.
I got 15. She got 6.
15.
Hey.
Your alarm goes off, and as soon as it goes off, and you kind of spring up, you see where Fenrir is being leaning against a wall, out kind of at the edge of the camp, and you see him hear the alarm,
Yep.
and you realize from his angle he can see out the entrance, but he's mostly just kind of standing there listening.
Mm.
And you see in the entrance this large shape, quite a large shape that's moved through the alarm. And you
Frostbite.
see him look over really quickly. He grabs his bow, which was leaning against the wall next to him.
Yeah.
Grabs it, grabs an arrow, and he's immediately knocked. And he hasn't seen you wake up. He is now moving out to see what's happening. The three of you don't get an attack yet,
Okay.
but you jump up. And now I would like you all to roll initiative. Including
Oh
you. Yeah.
man.
I love rolling initiative. It's so great.
Oh, nice.
I'm not going to use this.
Can I
dice.
note that I take my dance on how to treat this threat from how he reacts?
Yes.
Do people have their bows unstrung?
Sariel always sleeps with a bow strong.
She's high strung.
It's just habit. I can't help it. I'm too paranoid. I did not roll well.
I rolled
Oh,
actually
no.
pretty decent. Oh, sorry, my child just digivolved.
You are such a nerd.
He looks so cool. He has like two swords on
where's
either
the
side.
initiative
She
tracker?
is
Lost
my
it again.
initiative, right?
I
She's
just kinda
my
like, is it
modifier
dead?
for that?
Oh, it's actually different now.
I think she uses her own, doesn't she?
So cool.
I don't remember.
And
You know what?
this
Fuck
guy
it. I'm
looks
using
like
this.
a Godzilla, but black.
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
look,
she's
shit.
used mine.
Like the old 80s flicks.
Why does my initiative tracker keep disappearing? Alright.
Because we don't want you to
You
use
can't
You
it.
can
keep
put that
track of
under
it.
there if you want.
Yeah.
Hey,
Thank you.
save the day, your producer.
Okay. This is fun. So, 35 to 20.
It says
I'm
it
about to
uses the
say.
efficiency bonuses rather
Wait,
than.
35 to 20.
35 to 20.
26.
What?
Damn! You and your fucking alert. That's paid off real
You
quick,
have
hasn't it?
alert?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, we were
Plus
talking
eight.
about it last week about how he was going to take alert. Because
Right.
it gives you like +5 to initiative.
You weren't here for that conversation.
No,
it's
it's
alright,
not,
but
no.
now I have 26.
I remember you showing something like that. I thought it was your
so 26.
broken ass
hold on
spell
a second.
thing.
Let me put
Go,
that
go
down.
you. That's a really good roll.
It's
So I
fucking
can
I
roll.
rolled 18. I'm happy with that.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
If I add my rolls together, I still don't have 26.
I'm pretty sure
keep it that.
we've all abused that feat in the live streams at least once or twice. Like, we've all created a character with the alert
I-
feat.
It's right.
If I add them together,
Freaking weather ace.
Pretty sure you.
if I add them together, I get your dice roll.
There we go.
Hey!
I'm pretty sure you've
Oh.
used it. I've
Oh,
used
that's
it.
painful to watch.
Hannah, you've
That's
used
fine.
alert
Oh, that's,
feat.
Alert?
that's gross.
Yeah, and one of characters. Michael, have you
That's
used
true.
alert feat?
No.
No. Oscar, have you used alert feat?
Most
I
of-
have, yes.
Most of
Everyone
my,
but Michael in this campaign
Most of
has.
I
Michael's
just don't
characters
value
will-
going first very much.
Michael's
That's fair.
characters rely on
No,
going,
it also
like,
stops you
later
from
on
getting
in
surprised, though,
combat.
Michael.
Understandable.
This is
And
a
also
good
for
thing.
me
I'll be right back.
Mate, I want to just create a character that has the +20 initiative just to have the +20. Because that'd just be so much fun.
I'll get there eventually.
It's like, what's a nat 20? Oh, 40. There we go. All you need to do is just make a swashbuckler and a gloomstalker. +5 from those, and then get the alert feat. Done.
Okay.
See, that's the annoying thing about Gloomstalker is they add their wisdom and their dexterity together.
Yeah.
Whereas I can't add my intelligence and dexterity. I've got to choose one or the other.
Yeah.
I would much rather add them together. So I would have a +12 or +11.
20 to 15.
17. Oh god.
Okay.
The two wizards are coming first. Oh no.
You need more slots on your initiative.
Yeah, I know. Now I do. Jesus. 15 to 10.
11.
12.
Okay. Are you sharing your initiative with Sulfur?
No, she got 7.
Okay.
That's how we've done it so far, so I just thought I'd keep it up.
Okay. So, this large shape is at the edge of the clearing.
Yep.
And it's just crossed your alarm threshold. It's woken everyone up. First person to react after Fenrir moves out is you, Archibald.
Oh god, so fast. But he still has to get out of the tent.
No, I don't.
It's
I
a
cast
lean-to.
Firebolt.
You cast Firebolt.
Burns the
Yep.
entire tent.
Okay. Roll an attack.
Yeah, sure.
So casual. It's like, yeah, okay.
So can we assume at this point
That
it's like
plus
3
my
or 4 in the
wisdom
morning, so kind of like dawn?
Wisdom modifier.
No,
Yeah.
spellcasting.
Pretty much, yeah.
So we're starting to get some
It's
light, so we can
wiz-
sort of
Why do
people
I
without
always
dark
forget
vision
to write
can
it
sort
down?
of
It's
see it.
+5.
Yeah. What's
19 to hit.
What's your intelligence?
Hits.
18?
17.
And Hannah asked about lighting conditions.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's pretty dark. The clouds overhead are making it quite dark around here.
I'm just asking for people without dark vision.
Yeah, people without dark vision, you're having a lot of trouble seeing.
Okay.
Not anymore.
No,
I just did 4 points of fire damage to it.
4 points of fire damage. So as Archibald lets off a firebolt in the direction of the entrance, you can't even see out there, but as the firebolt streaks past, it connects with this large shape and lights up the whole area as it goes. And you see this large chitinous creature with these two huge front mandibles coming out and this like plated head staring down his
read
beady
this.
eyes.
and it dies.
It kills over. It's gone.
And
Campaign 1.
roll a perception check because you sent the fireball out there.
Oh, you've let... Yeah.
19.
Are you going to put out that
19.
fire?
You see behind it the walls of the mountain in 2 spots kind of collapsing.
Oh, great.
Just in the path behind it. And it is blocking your only exit.
Awesome.
Is that your turn?
Yep, Fenrir, shoot it.
And he does. Fenrir is going to move out to where he can see the creature, and he is going to take 2 shots. I believe is
Which
what
means he's over level 5, yeah?
He's not a
Good to
ranger.
know. I keep just trying to work out his character.
You'll find out in due time. In due time.
That was the perfect amount of trepidation that I wanted for that reveal.
I am so worried.
Okay. Yeah, so he is going to take 2 shots at it in quick succession.
God. Oh,
1, 2.
just like a balloon.
That is going to be an 18 and a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Which deals...
That hits me all the time.
1.
Everything hits you all the time.
I'm not that fast.
Does he get... No, he doesn't because he's not ranged. Never mind.
He's not a ranger. You're not gonna
I
find
get the
out.
feeling you took inspiration from the crap guide to D&D. Just play a fighter with a bow, it's better.
He's a fighter. That was not inspiration. Holy shit, I rolled well.
Hey, that's good.
Fuck. So
Damn,
the
son.
first,
Leave some creature for the rest of us.
the first attack does 33 damage.
Do we see...
Why did I even bother?
Right, yeah, I was just thinking that for myself.
Thanks,
As
man.
he takes his second shot and it
You're
also
right,
connects. Fuck, I'm rolling well.
God damn, when the NPC just carries the team.
Yeah, he's a little bit higher level than you guys.
That's fair.
He's like 18th level.
Oh god.
He's
Yeah,
not
just a
quite
little
that
bit.
high.
He's 18th level fighter, 2nd level bard.
This is like
He used to be a bard too.
this is like the
It doesn't look-
final boss for him to level up.
Mm.
So
Yeah, this is his level right here.
yeah.
Just need this one and then I can fight a god.
So he takes these 2 shots and sinks both of them right into the soft parts under the
Oof.
plate of the neck. It doesn't go down, but it's looking hurt. As he then moves back up into the clearing where
Yep.
he can kind of let people move forward, and he's knocking another arrow already. He is fast as you watch this
Jeez.
happen. Silkus, it is your turn.
Okay, what does this creature look like?
Huge chitinous, kind of yellowy brown plates of exoskeleton. It's bigger than you are tall.
Does it look intelligent?
It's got this huge, like, pointed plate on its head.
Oh, shit.
Beady little black eyes, as you've seen Archibald cast. You've actually gotten the color of it. And these 2 huge mandibles that come out like this far at the front of its head.
Okay.
Yep.
I know what it means, but for those playing along at home that don't know the word chitinous, can you explain it like I'm five?
Chitin, as in
Thank you.
insects, exoskeleton plates.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, I'll just yell out. If we can save, don't kill it. See if we can keep it alive. Just knock it out if we can.
There
I
are
can
2
prove-
more coming up behind it. We're
Is
gonna
it?
kill it.
He does say that.
Oh, okay. Well, leave at least one so we can probe information. I'm going. I'm
I
going
don't
to
think it
then.
speaks a language.
So, is anyone around him?
Around who? The actual
Around
creature?
yeah.
There's
monstrosity.
nothing directly around the creature that you can see.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
I'm
but
going
Archibald
to.
is warned that there are more.
Right. I'm going to slap down my staff, twist it, a little hot pepper, iced, pops out, and I go. Dragon breath, ice.
Okay. What's the range on that?
That is where is the range on
It's
that?
touch.
That's bonus.
Dutch.
The 15-foot cone.
15-foot cone. Okay.
Yeah,
so
so
you'll
I'm
have
gonna-
to move forward.
I will
to-
go forward to get to
Okay.
do that.
You do so. That's
That's my
save.
bonus. Yes. Give me a good old dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw. That is a 4.
that's
So
a 2.
fails. Roll your
Nice.
damage.
So that's a 3d6. 3d6.
I'm really worried about when you feed
Sorry.
it. Yeah, alright, you can use my dice.
I apologize.
You will. Damn, son,
You
my
did
dice
good.
did the best.
Yeah, it
That's,
actually did.
that's 12.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So it takes 12 cold.
12 cold damage. As you cast the spell, move forward and release the just billowing frost ahead of you, it actually freezes solid in place,
Oh shit.
and it is now there.
It's a nice ice sculpture.
In the entrance.
In the entrance, it's not like there is space to move around it, but it's right there in the entrance, kind of blocking the way.
It'll buy us time, if anything.
So, with that, it's frozen in place. John, it is now your turn.
Okay.
Smack
Am
it
I awake at this point?
Yeah. Well, actually, yes. True. You didn't wake up. So you've heard this now,
Okay.
and that's a surprise round for you. So that's your turn.
Okay. I take my turn to shout, "Whoa, freaky bug thing!"
Sariel. Now
wait,
it's
no,
your turn.
wait, sorry, let me.
I
Whoa,
should be-
freaky bug thing!
I'm shooting.
How much?
You're shooting the one that Silkus is frozen.
Yeah.
Okay. Take your shots.
Cool, it's
One
fine.
shot.
That's all it
to see
takes.
what happens when you
10.
eat a Carolina Reaper or something.
Doesn't hit. Unfortunately, the arrow it
Delayed
hits,
blast fireball.
but the ice it just skates off the ice and flies off
It just breathes
behind it.
death.
Unfortunately, it doesn't deal any damage, but
The skeleton.
I will use Hunter's Mark.
you go to cast Hunter's Mark and it doesn't land.
What?
It might be dead.
There is no life sign.
Someone check the pulse.
Okay. That is all I will.
You can't even target it, so you don't use the spell slot. You just can't even target it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's your turn.
Yeah.
All right. Would be its turn. And Sulfur. What is Sulfur gonna do?
So you said that there were other ones, right?
Glenn. Archibald has warned that there are 2 more.
Yeah, she's just gonna approach Fenrir and kind of defend his flank.
Okay, she does so. He's towards the rear of the clearing, so he's pretty out of the way at this stage, but...
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
She's just gonna do it. By the way, if he hadn't done this to us, she was going to wake up him and not Archibald in the morning.
Well, that's that plan down the drain.
Just thought I'd point it out for Glenn's sake.
Okay. Archibald. It's your turn.
I'm gonna listen for a second.
Roll perception check.
Can I hear the other creatures? Oh, for fuck's sake. 9.
9. You hear the 2, the spots where the wall is crumbling.
Yep.
You hear the rumbling getting louder, and you can see the shaking of the rock. It's hard to see back there now. There's no light happening, but you can kind of see that the rocks are starting to more and more bulge outwards.
Alright, I am scorching ray towards the noise.
Okay.
I want to at least see what's going on up there.
Okay.
And I'm aiming at, like, each source from
Okay.
what I
Wait,
remember in
roughly
my
what
memory.
Tomato barbecue must.
Oh!
Oh.
13 and dirty 20 and 1 misses.
Okay. So the one that completely misses, that's your first one. You send that off just roughly in the direction so that you can get an idea.
Yep.
The second one, you adjust your aim and you manage to connect with just stone, but it blasts out the stone. And the third one, you manage to send into the hole that you've just made. Roll your damage for that one.
Please. 11.
11 damage.
Yep.
Not too shabby. Okay.
I'm mainly using it to get a look down that way because big fucker in front of us is dead. Now I've got to scope out where the other guys are.
Alright. So that's your turn?
Yeah.
Alright, so Fenrir has had his way blocked by this enormous ice sculpture that's now in front of him. He is going to move out and around so that way he can see what you're shooting at. And...
Oh my god, she's gone.
Yep, she's gone.
This is the moment where she pops up. Right here!
Yes.
I said right here.
Wait, sorry, let me, right here!
We need the magic wand in the magic wand. Audience, say it with.
Right here.
He is
It would
going
freak me out if
to, seeing you taking these shots,
Yeah.
he is going to cast Dancing Lights out ahead, and it lights up the whole path. And now all of you can see down the path, and you can all see these two spots that are shaking as whatever it is coming through the stone. With that, he's moved slightly out further, and Sulfur, I'm going to say, has followed him. And that's his turn. That is initiative count 20, and as that happens, the first one on the right, the one that you shot at and hit, comes charging out of the wall. It just bursts out through the stone.
Is it on fire?
And you can see it's not on fire, but its whole front faceplate and parts of its mandibles are scorched. You can see these black marks all across
Tried
it.
to eat it.
Yeah, pretty much. And it bursts out angrily, staring out at all of you. And then another one on the left comes out as well. You also hear behind you some rumbling starting to happen.
Oh, shiza.
Silkus.
That's
It
not
is your
me.
turn.
Oh,
It's
yes,
you.
that's me. Okay. I thought something's gonna happen, then I'll deny it. Alright, so I got this right. The frozen guy, he's still frozen. It's the other one that's coming behind him. Coming up behind him.
Yeah,
Is that-
he's
yeah.
frozen. He's.
I'm gonna turn around. What do I see that's rumbling?
You don't see anything at the moment.
Okay. I'll turn back and I'm going to anywhere near the guy that's going behind the frozen one.
There are two. They've kind of like come out of
Sorry.
the two walls of the pass.
I
So
see.
that you can get an angle where you can see on either side of it, both of them.
Right.
But they're behind it, and
Okay, I'm going to then, okay, see if this one is, no, it's just,
How
just
far
pure
away are
damage. I'm going to,
they're about 50 feet from you at this stage.
There you go, Josh. Ask a question.
50 feet? Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna make a, I'm gonna do Dragon Breath again.
Okay, go for it. Because that's a concentration. Well, that's a
It's concentration,
duration, isn't it?
Yeah, duration for a
50
minute.
feet, not 15.
Oh, it's 15. Oh,
It is
then-
15. feet.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I misread
Yeah,
that.
50 feet away from you.
Then I'm going to use Frostbite. Make a Constitution saving throw one of those guys.
One of them, yep. That is a 12.
Yeah, hey, it fails. It will take 1d6.
What did I miss?
3 points of cold damage,
Nothing much.
and it has disadvantage on the next weapon attack it rolls.
How much damage was it?
3.
You
3
missed.
cold. Sorry.
You missed one of the bug things is probably tunneling up behind us right now.
Probably.
Creepy.
And it has disadvantage on
and
the next.
Fenrir has cast Dancing Lights out ahead, so everyone can see.
Oh, that's smart.
And disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn.
Okay. John, it's your turn.
Okay,
What would you like to do?
I'm gonna shake my head and rush to my feet, and I think I'll rush over to the ice sculpture bug thing,
Yeah.
and I'm going to just give it a solid kick in the knee joint and try and break off an ice spike leg point.
Okay.
Nice.
I will give you this as I'll give you this as a bonus action, or no, this will be your action.
Yeah,
So make your attack roll.
and I'll rage as I am running up.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. You could.
So I think like my leg slips and I just sort of bodily crash into the knee joint.
Oh. I mean,
I would love for you to topple it and
so-
just have it shatter.
What is that total?
7.
7. To be fair, it ain't moving. It's a big old ice sculpture. So you do miss. Like you originally, you step too far into it and your foot slips sideways off the ice and you kind of step underneath the arch of its front legs. With that motion, you manage to, as you're like tumbling, your leg comes around and kind of snaps the leg off. So it is just sitting there and you're able to grab it. But that is your action and you're not.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
be careful out there.
Well,
and
that
your
is
bonus
slippery.
action, the rage. Okay.
That is slipperier than I expected. I could not see. Oh boy, it's like.
Ice is definitely your friend. Please treat it as such.
So it's your turn.
That's my turn.
Sariel, it's now your turn.
So it's still frozen.
It's still frozen. John's just snapped one of its front legs off.
And is another one frozen?
No.
Who
Silkus.
did frostbite?
Silkus. Yeah, it's not frozen though. It's being hit with it, but it's not frozen.
Okay. Is it within 30? It's the second one that's not frozen within 30 feet of me.
You can move to within 30 feet. It's about 50 feet away from you all at the moment.
Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to move within 30 feet of it.
Okay, so you get pretty much right up next to John, where he is currently underneath the legs of the one that's frozen. So you're like right next to it in the very small space that is there. Yep.
So, I am going to use Thorn Whip.
Thorn Whip. Okay.
Hey.
What is that? Is that an attack roll for you, or is that a saving throw for me?
Make a melee spell attack.
Okay. So roll your
I don't know
attack.
how to do that.
It's still a spell attack modifier instead of your like dex modifier or something. It's
So
a spell attack.
wisdom.
Plus proficiency, I believe, right? For a spell attack modifier?
Yeah.
Yeah. So wisdom plus prof.
So, dirty 20.
Nice.
Very
That hits.
nice.
Roll your damage.
Takes 1d6 piercing damage. If it is large or smaller, I can pull it up to 10 feet closer to me.
It is large, so you are able to pull it closer.
I ain't gonna do
Oh,
that.
why would you want to?
Okay.
So that John can hit it.
Very good. Very good.
It takes 3 damage.
3 damage.
Yeah.
And it is now 10 feet closer to me. It's
Okay.
only 20 feet away from me. And that's a cantrip, so I can use it whenever
Yeah,
I
so
want.
it is now 20 feet away from you and you.
Okay.
The rest of you are a little bit further away from it still, but you're all good. That's your turn?
Yes.
Okay, it is now that one's turn. The one with the scorch mark along its face and mandibles. And having been pulled closer to you, it is going to rush up to you now, Sariel. And it is going to take a bite with its huge mandibles.
Bring it, bitch.
That is a natural 20.
Oh shit!
It brung it.
Wait, is that the?
It brung it.
It brung
Quick
it.
question: is that the one I
Did bring
did
it.
frostbite against?
Disadvantage.
Boom shakalaka!
There you go.
Thank you, John.
Wait, what's that's a 13 to hit.
You're so welcome.
doesn't
Holy
hit.
crap!
It doesn't
Yes!
hit.
Finally!
You just cancel my natural 20.
Yes!
Thank you, John.
This is why I'm a wizard. Yeah.
Out of pure curiosity, what damage would it have done if it
Yeah,
if
nice
it
and doubled.
duck?
32. That's like 1 away from my max.
27.
That would have been over half my HP.
Over half. But doubled.
Hold on.
Because that's like
What damage dice does it
54.
do?
39 damage.
Yeah, I would have been pretty.
Oh, I would have been absolutely fucked.
I wouldn't have been down, but I would have been pretty fucked.
I'm pretty sure you and I would be counting
be dead.
those death saving
This is why me and John are in the front.
Okay.
Wait, why am I in front? I'm back in there.
So is that your turn? Oh wait, sorry, that's its turn. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sulfur, it is now her turn.
She's gonna see this happen. Is she within 40 feet?
Yes, she's within. She's
She's gonna
good.
run at it, and she's
Yeah.
going,
I have adrenaline rush right now.
Okay, go for it. Roll your attack.
and she gets advantage because she has more than one.
Oh,
She's an ally.
Yes, she
here.
does. Yes, she does.
Yeah. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits. Roll your
And
damage.
if it does not succeed on a DC 11 strength saving throw, it is knocked prone.
Okay.
Sorry about that. And it takes
It just
7
succeeds.
piercing damage.
7 piercing damage.
And she goes, nah, and does the whole, when dogs worry that,
Yeah.
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 Oh, my little dog has the cutest one. She just shakes her head like this, like that, quick. She's a little Pomeranian.
Bree moves her entire body. Like her butt goes and everything.
Mine's a little Shih Tzu, so she just goes
Very
like
vigorous.
this very quickly. It's so cute. Yeah.
Yep.
So short. It's
So that's Sulphur's turn. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
It is now the other one, the one on the left. It is its turn now. Michael, give me a defining feature of that one.
It's wearing a beret.
It's got like a kind of like weird shrunken thing on like its back half, like it didn't fully get out of its shell, and the like bit which it didn't manage to molt out of got like shrunk on and stuck on, so it's like weirdly
It's got a weirdly
double-shelled.
deformed back. Like
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I like it. So the deformed one is going to move slightly sideways. You see it kind of crab sideways to where it can see you, Zariel, and it is going to spit acid at you.
I'm not going to say bring it again.
Yeah, don't do that.
I could only do it once.
Make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Ooh.
Don't forget to cast
Where are my dice at?
as well. Slap.
Dex saving.
Dex
Frostbite.
saving throw, please.
Oh, Frostbite's a cantrip.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That's
Where
what
the
I need.
hell is Dex?
That's
Okay.
1d6. That's all it does.
14.
14. You do save, so you take half damage, and that is
More like
Matt. 8 halved to 4 for you.
Okay.
Acid damage as it sprays acid in your direction, and the acid also shoots past Zariel and almost hits a couple of you standing in the back, but it doesn't quite have the range. You just see it.
So, because it's acid, does my hair look singed?
Yeah, a little bit.
Eee.
A little bit.
It's okay. He's got mending. He's got presto. You'll be fine.
You've managed to
I've
mostly
got some
avoid it.
bad split ends going
Yeah,
on right now.
yeah, exactly. You've mostly avoided it, but you do have a bit. So,
I now have
back to the top, Archibald. It's now your turn.
Having a look at the exterior of these creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like it's made of an inorganic material such as stone, crystal, or metal?
No.
Damn it.
It looks
well,
very
make a
insect-like.
regular Constitution saving throw. Then.
Okay. Oh, I know what you're doing. I like it.
Oh,
Con
fuck
save.
off.
Oh,
That's
no.
15.
The one time. This guy takes half, yeah?
Yeah, it takes.
That's alright. That's not bad.
Which one are you targeting?
Are they within 10 feet of each other? Sorry. Are
Don't
they within
think
20
so.
feet of each other?
Yes. So
I'd
both
like
of
to
them?
target right in the middle.
Okay. That one fails.
Good. As I cast Shatter on.
Okay. Half damage.
I'm trying to aim it so Sulphur doesn't have to make a con
She's
save.
fine. They're all ahead of it, and you're aiming between them,
Yep.
so behind it.
Right, sweet.
Oh, you're gonna shatter the hell out of that frozen
Oh
one.
my god.
Oh, nice! Is it half damage on a fail?
Yeah, so half of 21 is 10? Or 11?
10 rounded down, yeah.
Yeah, 10.
Alright.
21,
I
yeah,
wasn't
21 for
actually
the other one.
coughing to bring sulfur to your mind. I was coughing and going like this with my pen.
I didn't hear the coughing. I was worried about her anyway.
I was trying to hint through my wand.
Oh yeah, through my wand. Whatever.
No, don't throw it. Use it.
Okay. So the one with the scorch marks on its face is currently directly engaged with Sariel.
Yeah.
Aw,
You
congratulations.
hit that. It manages to kind of swing its rear end out of the way as it feels the shadow coming, and takes a small amount of the force, but the other one takes the full force of it as you cast it there and recoils in shock after spraying the acid at Sariel. Is that your
I
turn?
would hope so. I was trying to cast it at the exact moment that like the acid almost missed, so it looked like Sariel cast it. I scared the crap out of the thing from attacking Sariel again.
I like it. Make an intimidation check with your intelligence.
Hell yeah! Fuck off. 6.
6. Hold on.
Wait, can I add proficiency?
Insight is wisdom.
Yep.
Are you proficient with intimidation?
Nope.
Then no.
Oh.
That's a 8.
Anyone proficient?
Its wisdom is the only positive stat from its brain stats.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
So
That's a
unfortunately, it doesn't get intimidated, but it doesn't know what's happening. So that's your turn.
I guess so. I'll cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay. So.
Good old Hunter's Mark.
And then for my like free action, whatever, I take out my wand.
Okay.
Remembering that I have a wand, and I'm
Okay.
like, fuck
Right,
it, let's
I'm a
just
wizard.
see if I can light up this entire canyon.
Fenrir is going to take one shot
light
at
it up,
each of them. So that will be 3, that will be 2. That's cocked.
Bitch miss.
Fuck.
Well, he did a lot of damage at the
What's
beginning,
his
so
minorities?
he hit his peak, and
So that's a
it's all downhill from here.
30 to hit on the second one.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Wow.
And an 18 on the first, so that they both hit. Where are my damage dice for him? Where did I put
Over
Hey.
there.
No, that's for it.
D12s.
Fuck, did I put my d12s?
There.
1, 2, 3. There they are. That's fine. So the first one takes 27 damage,
Why don't I have Lawmaster
Nice
saved on my phone?
and the second one, I'm rolling really well for Fenrir.
Proud of you.
Second one
I'm
takes
glad.
22
So aggressive.
damage.
Yeah. Congratulate him with like shaking your fist.
Yeah, good on you.
And he is going to move forward a little bit more to get a better angle on them. And that's his turn. Silkus. Oh, sorry.
No, me.
Initiative count 20. With that, 2 more
Oh, come
break
on.
out of the walls from behind you
Wait.
into your campsite.
No,
So we're
they
only
don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
They do.
They don't. The
Okay.
lean-to was too strong. It intimidated them.
As these two burst out of the walls from that rumbling that you're hearing from behind you, they land. They immediately focus on the ones in the rest of Fenrir and Archibald.
Whoa! I
Focus
didn't
on
realize
you.
Fenrir was bringing the party to me. How is that a party? Has disadvantage.
And the other one is okay.
Has disadvantage on its initiative. But
Is that true?
Mm.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay. That was not in agreement with your disadvantage statement.
it was.
Sorry,
They
microphone.
don't destroy my lean-to, do they?
No. The lean-to is kind of more in the center of the campsite.
Just making sure.
Silkus, it's now your turn.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
you've
do
just
that one.
you've heard and seen
Alright.
2 more break into the campsite from through the rocks behind you, and you've still got the 2 ahead of you.
Make one of them go away.
Yeah, I got those kind of spells.
I do.
Oh, what do you know? I have Shatter. Okay. How far away are they from me?
The ones behind you,
Yeah.
about 20 feet.
Okay. How far apart are they?
They're about 20 feet apart from each other as well. It's a big triangle.
Alright. Okay. Okay.
Can't wait to see Archibald activating his Bane of Crustaceans tattoo.
Hmm. I think I would have found that by now.
This is a decision right now that I
It's
gotta.
a very Lobstrominous situation.
Let's go.
I know.
Cast detect thoughts on it.
Yes. What is it thinking? Goddamn.
You can
Okay. Well, how's the one that I froze the frostbite before? How's that looking?
Frozen.
Oh, it's frozen.
No.
No.
The frostbite one.
Yeah, the one that not 20'd.
It's funny. It's been scorched and then frozen.
Yeah, that's gotta sting.
It's looking relatively rough.
Is it?
And it's currently engaged with Sariel, and John is right there as well. And Sulfur is also there.
What about the other one? Where is that?
It's fine.
Behind?
Not the two behind. The one that's
Yeah, the
sorry.
one behind that one.
The
going
acid
back to one
shooter.
spat acid at
Yes.
Sariel. It's looking alright. It's taken a pretty hard hit from Fenrir.
Is it
but
5
it's okay.
feet away from anyone?
No.
Okay. I'm going to have to... Is it 15 feet away from anyone? Like, is it anyone
Yes.
within 15 feet of it?
Yes, there's another Ankeg within 15 feet of it.
Oh, that's what we're fighting,
Is that what they're
guys.
called? Okay. I'm going to get up... I'm going to have to move up to those ones because I can't
The
deal with those other
barrels
ones
from
quickly.
ancient Egypt.
And I'm just going to... I'm going to...
I love it.
Dexterity saving throw for both of them.
Okay, so which way are these all ones that Sariel is engaged?
Yes, those two.
Okay.
Not aim those other ones because within 15 feet cone. Just getting those two.
Scorch marks, deformity.
Ooh, I like that.
Scorch marks fails. Deformity does not.
What's
That's
the
a
roll?
Dex, you said Dex saving throw?
Yeah.
That's just a straight 13.
13 fails.
It does fail, so both fail.
Yeah,
So,
buddy.
So what's your damage?
14, bitch.
Nice.
I'm so sorry. No.
Rich.
Right. Pardon moi.
Mate, you better
Oh,
roll
my.
a 6 on that.
Pardon moi.
It's
you-
funny because I have a 6 there. I
If
don't
my
know-
dice don't roll a 6 for you, I'm gonna hit you in the head.
They both take.
Excuse you. 4,
7.
7.
They take 7.
Yeah, they just take 7. That's all they take. And that's my action.
Oh, that's what that number was.
I hit 43, yeah. I wrote a 42 by accident and I had to go over it and I couldn't be fucked very soon.
And I'm going to. How much speed do I have now? How much?
I mean, you've got your full.
Oh, I got my
30,
full?
30 feet.
Oh, okay.
You've not moved, right?
Yeah, no, I haven't. Well, I just want to make sure I got within 15 feet of them.
Oh yeah, no, you were
I
you
was
you
already-
moved up anyway, so
Okay.
you were fine.
I'm going to.
I'll say you have 20 feet left because you had to move a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna be in it. I'm gonna be stupid. I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna run up to the back to face the other two.
So you're gonna run back away.
I'm gonna run away from those two because they're now being handled,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try and deal with these other two.
Okay. You do have so you're running your full 20 feet back.
Just to, I'm gonna want to be at least 15 feet away from those two, but I'm gonna be there like kind of, guarding kind of sense. So not
Okay.
all speed. I'm not entirely sure.
So
the
15 feet
distance.
away.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. So you're roughly in the middle of the campsite. You're like
and I'm facing.
Fenrir and Archibald are just ahead of you, looking at these two ones in the rear.
Okay.
And then the others are all behind you. Now.
All right. And do I have any bonus action stuff?
Nope.
It is one of the new ones' turns.
Why don't I cast fucking mage armor sometime? Okay, go continue.
It's one of the new ones' turns, and it is going to.
I'm so dead.
This is the one that's come out. So as you're facing it on the left, give me a defining feature of it.
It's
With
bright
your reason.
orange.
It's a little bit more orange than the
No,
other
no,
ones.
no. It's bright orange.
It's got like these between the
It's a
plates.
traffic light.
Between the plates, you can see underneath its skin is like highly discolored in this really bright orange color. It's just between the plates of its armor.
Can I do
And the last one has a drinking problem.
Do the other one? It's got
When we get to its turn.
no.
So, Orange Boy is
Orange
going
Boy.
to shift slightly and is going to aim down 1, 2,
No,
can't get you,
tries,
and
but it
Fenrir.
feels better.
3 people. So if I get Silkus
Can
and
I make a
Sariel.
side note?
Yeah?
I was looking back through my notes for something, and I see here, Glenn, you rolled a 3 today, right?
How am I supposed to know that?
He did, right?
Oh, you gotta watch the live stream.
Probably.
Okay.
Is everyone else?
Okay.
I hope is.
I have written down on session 2, Glenn rolled a 9 and claimed he will never ever.
Roll something. She said roll
As a side
something.
note.
Just
No, I rolled a 9, and I will never roll that again for initiative.
It just says we'll never roll lower.
she's got the stats, man.
For
You
initiative.
can't argue with facts.
For initiative.
Hey,
the
for
max.
initiative, it just
It's
says
now
we'll never
impossible
roll
for
lower.
me to get under a 9 on
Sariel,
initiative.
Sulcus, and Fenrir making dexterity saving throws for me.
Oh yeah, that's just
That's what you get for sussing me.
the front door.
Get wrecked, Fenrir. Someone's copping acid.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
he fails.
Oh boy.
Need
Oh!
to get higher than
Oh!
a 3. Yeah, that's
Wow.
higher than a 3.
That's
Josh
My-
got 26.
my plus. What? Yes.
Damn.
My
22.
plus 0.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, right.
Sariel, what did you get?
Oh my god.
19.
Nice. So you two take half damage.
19.
You two take half damage
Oh.
of
12.
12
6.
and
So only 6?
Yes.
Okay.
Fenrir takes the full 12.
If I take my glasses off, I can do math.
So that's how those things work.
Yeah.
That's
And then
that's
it is
inhibit
going
your
to
power.
use its movement to run right up to Fenrir. and
Without
now
them, I'm
engage
too
with him in
powerful.
melee. So that's its turn. It is now John's turn. So you are prone under the frozen one.
And right next to the other one, which has moved up.
Yeah, you're right
Yeah.
next to the one that Sariel's been engaged with.
Yeah.
And there's still one of that.
I'll scramble to my feet and go, does no one take me seriously? And just try to jam the big spike into one of its leg joints.
Okay, roll your attack. Now, does this have does your new subclass have any bearing on this?
Not on my attack roll.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That's such an interesting way to say
17.
17 hits. Roll your damage.
Northeast.
it. It picks one
That's
Oh.
not ideal.
That is not ideal.
Anyway, 10 damage.
That's an obscene amount of modifiers.
Yeah, it is. Rage
It's
plus
amazing.
whatever, plus not proficiency, plus whatever fucking else. 10 damage. With that, you jam it into its right here in the sensitive part of it where its leg connects to the main part of its body.
And you get
And you actually manage to collapse its leg and it falls to the ground and starts bleeding out. You've taken that one out.
Okay.
So that's that one gone.
Oh yeah.
I yank it out and just point at the next one that's been firing acid at all of us.
On guard! You do so. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Zariel, that's now your turn.
D6.
Like a D6.
Like a D.
We weren't talking to each other over Facebook at all. What are you talking about?
It was a legitimate campaign question.
Yeah.
So
Quiet,
what
I
have I
had it
got
on the...
right next to me right now?
Well, John has just killed the one that was directly engaged with you in melee.
So the one I whipped closer.
Yes, yeah.
So
and
the acid guy's still there, and there's 2 behind me.
yes,
Is the acid guy injured?
yes.
Sweet. I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna hunt this market.
Okay.
I remembered.
We should have something like in the chat or something for whenever someone uses Hunter's Mark. Because then we'll learn.
Okay, and because it's injured, I get an extra die, which is what I was asking them about because I couldn't remember if it was an
Yeah.
extra die the same as my bow damage or if it was a different one.
I think
Yeah.
it is a D6.
It's
Yeah.
bow damage.
So it's a D8 then.
Or a D8.
Oh, is
yes,
it?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Because a bow does D8.
Yeah, because my bow's
Oh.
D8.
It's been a while since I played a ranger.
So that means if I hit this, I get to roll 2 D8s and a D6.
What's your
okay.
subclass?
Beastmaster.
What's my what?
It's
Police.
the...
But it's straight ranger stuff, I think, isn't
Kinda.
Do you go to 20?
it? Hits.
Nice.
Yeah, early damage. Plus Hunter's Mark damage.
Yeah, I got the hunter's mark in there too. 15.
15. Okay. It is looking real rough.
One spell.
Ow.
I chose...
Bite my thumb at it.
Okay. It dies from you biting your thumb at it. I'm kidding.
The breath of my anger reaches it and it falls down dead.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. It is the dead one's turn, so it's no longer here.
I don't like
Sulfur, it's her turn.
Could have been so much more helpful.
She runs back towards Fenrir.
Okay.
If she can reach one of them in her 40 feet of movement, she'll bite it.
She can. She can reach the one that Fenrir is engaged with.
Okay, is he within 5 feet of where she will be attacking?
Yes.
Sweet. She gets advantage.
Indeed.
DC 11 strength saving throw, please.
Do it.
Okay.
And she
Fails.
rolls 17 to hit. 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Oh, good. And it falls on its ass, obviously.
It does. It goes prone.
Do the legs just sort of like slip out
She's
to the
6
side, or is
damage.
it like
She goes for the legs and bites out the legs and uses her momentum to kind of like just take out. It's got a couple legs. It's only got 4 legs, but they're quite sturdy things. And bites the first leg and takes out the second one behind as she does, and it falls over onto the ground. How much damage did you say?
6.
6 damage.
Not a lot, but
Okay.
you know.
All right, so that one is now prone. It is now the
The
other
one.
one's turn. Josh, give me a defining aspect of the final Ankh egg.
It has a goatee.
Has a goatee. So you see on its chitin plates and between its mandibles, it has these like tendrils that almost look like hair that come down here and form into the. Essentially, would on a human be a goatee,
just
but it's
need
like
a-
these weird tendrils that come out and
It-
kind of hang down.
It's Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean, but during his awkward mid-20s years where he thought a goatee looked good.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I really needed to look like me so I have something to fight. So I have motive.
Oh, I love it.
Look, not everyone can grow a
So
full
it
beard,
is,
Glenn.
it is Goatee's turn.
Some get a patchy around the sides.
And it is going to line up Archibald and
there's one thing there.
John.
someone finally respects me?
You two roll dexterity saving throws for me.
I don't want to.
I can see it coming.
I can see why.
Ooh.
I'd like advantage,
No.
because I asked.
No.
Okay, fine, I'll take the full hit and die.
What's your what was it?
6.
6
30, 20.
30, 20.
Did I
nice.
pass?
So you take half, you take full. Oh,
Full
that's
alright.
only
credit.
6
That's
damage.
good, man.
Oh yeah,
So
6
So you
damage.
take
I'm
3.
almost dead.
Yep.
Oh, thank God. I mean,
Thanks, Josh.
okay.
just telling you how I feel, man.
I
And
wish you wouldn't.
it is now going to use its movement to move into melee range with you.
Honestly,
Oh, no, it's not.
It is now that one's turn. It is looking real friggin' rough. It is going to burrow into the ground directly below it.
Oh.
And it
Oh,
goes out of
that's
sight.
good. That's positive. That's a good sign.
So
Quick,
it
let's
goes
try
out
it.
of sight.
When you lose track of your enemy, that's a good sign. The bitch that's within walking distance of me, walking distance, melee distance. It's making a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
Oh boy.
That is.
Oh, fuck off.
That is a 14. That's the second time I rolled a 30 on the con
Does it
save.
make you feel any better that I would have also got
I'm
-1?
sorry, I'm rolling too well against you and only you.
Wait, is this your second levels or first levels? Which one's yours?
Seconds.
Oh no.
If it
Oh.
makes you feel any better, I think you can get the other one in the.
I'm feeling
radius.
pretty good about my
No,
concerning
I
spells.
can't. You know why? Because that was levitate.
Oh!
Oh.
I see that the spell failed, and I'm like, well,
Hasn't your DC gone up? I thought.
No, he hasn't bonused it.
no, because
He took a
He took
lot.
a feat.
Yeah.
I took
Ah,
I took the
damn.
ASI, so.
that's alright. I cast it through my wand. I did
I'll
say
allow
that
it.
I had my wand
You
out.
did say that. I'll allow it. Roll
Okay.
a D100 for
Oh
me.
no. Everyone hit the deck! Everyone get into that tunnel.
Duck.
Run. No.
29.
29.
That's the opposite direction that I want it to go.
Unfortunately, nothing happens.
That's alright. I'm gonna run.
Okay, so it
How
does
long
get an
till my
opportunity
turn?
attack.
It's gonna miss.
Soon.
It
Hannah,
misses.
soon.
It goes to bite with its mandibles, and they just barely clip behind your neck, and you feel it happen. That is your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a full 30
Close to
feet
me,
away
close to
from
me.
it. Potentially up a tree.
Okay. Okay, so you run your full 30 feet.
You're
So
like a
you're
cat
right
and
up
then a
next to
dog.
Sariel right now.
Yep.
Good.
Um,
Yes. Good. Okay.
Hello.
Um,
I'm
Fenrir.
Hi.
Fenrir
Hello.
is going to immediately,
I cast.
in response to this one
They
coming up
are
towards him,
large.
he's going to cast Thunderclap
They probably can reach you.
on himself.
Okay.
Con save. Rolls a 2 against his Thunderclap. It takes a d6 of thunder damage. Sorry, takes more than that. 3d6 worth of thunder damage.
Oof.
That's 5, 7. Okay, so he takes 7 damage. 13. Okay. And he is then going to take the opportunity to move out of its immediate range. It gets an opportunity attack on him. Natural 20. What did I say the maximum damage was? 39?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you pass me the?
So he takes 39 damage. Oops, wrong one. He takes 39 damage
But
as
can
it
he also not?
bites him.
He has a
It's
choice
cool.
of
He's got
talent.
10,000 HP.
Yeah, it's fine. He's like
And then
Brad.
he's going to knock an arrow ready to take a shot. Silkus, it is your turn.
Josh is checking his background.
Yes.
Got to find the
it's-
right backstory.
I really have to find it.
You see, I was raised by Ankegs, so actually I have a
Curious.
pure
me-
instinctual
Is
connective
that where
bond
you
with
got
them.
your idea of F+ from?
Okay.
The Uncokes have a very efficient e-commerce
Don't
system.
have the right space. Okay. Cool. Okay.
First D&D
so
race to ever have computers.
there's one near me. The other one is now gone towards. So there's two in the back.
You move back,
Yeah.
back into the center of the clearing. Both other ones had come up to be in melee with Fenrir and Archibald.
Yep.
The one that was near Fenrir is now closest to you, probably about 15 feet away, and Fenrir's moved up next to you, and he's knocking arrow ready to shoot.
Fenrir has.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to.
It was love.
I'm dropping Dragon's Breath,
Okay.
and I'm going to.
Concentration?
Yep.
Oh,
That's why I could always do it as an action.
there you go. Cast your spell.
Oh boy!
Come on, Josh.
Come
Oh
on.
boy.
Don't need to hurry.
I'm
but-
gonna cast
Please
enlarge.
be expedient, guys. It's almost 1 a.m.
Yeah,
here.
fair enough. I'm gonna cast enlarge on Fenrir.
Okay, you do that.
I'm gonna
He's
like.
very surprised to
I'm just gonna
suddenly
be
be
like.
twice his size.
I was like. And then. Whoop.
Okay.
It's like here, take this mushroom.
So he gets extra damage on strength-based attacks.
I'll read it out. Enlarge. He's now double size, so he's now large.
Yeah.
There isn't enough room. Okay. Until the spell ends, the target has advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Target's weapons also grow in size to match it. While these weapons are enlarged, the target attacks with them to deal an extra 1d4 extra damage.
Okay, so it's just a straight D4 on any attack.
Yeah, but
Pretty sick.
advantage on strength checks
Pretty
and
sick.
I
throws.
should probably crit against them so I can go home.
Yeah.
That's alright. And there's a second level spell. Gone. There we go.
Okay.
And I am going to. You know what? Oh yeah, I will stay there. I'm gonna stay there.
Okay. It is now that one's turn that was up with Fenrir. It is going to run forward and attack him again.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I need to make sure this is correct.
Rolls his armor
there's
class,
no
so that
AC.
hits.
So hold on before he.
There's no change to his AC.
No, it's not AC until thinking about it. Never mind. It's not a reaction. Cool.
It deals 10 damage to him. And that also means...
Let's go.
Oh, sorry, there's an
Okay.
extra one. 11 damage. And
Oh, grapple.
So
Has
he's
advantage on
he's
strength checks,
taking his
though.
bite at Fenrir with his mandibles, and it is also a large creature, so they're both large.
But
and
he
his
does
mandibles
have
now
advantage,
locked onto
though.
him.
Does have advantage on strength checks.
Yeah, I know. So
Okay,
he can
sorry.
break out easier. But
Fair
he's
enough.
grappled because it hit. The attack is a hit to grapple.
All right, cool. Let's do this.
That is now John's turn.
TPK.
So the one that was up ahead has burrowed down now,
Yeah.
and you've got the two behind you. One's got Fenrir in its mandibles. The other one is directly engaged with Archibald. Was directly engaged with
Yeah.
Archibald, but he's moved out of its range now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna rush back and say, you fellas seem a bit safer here, and I'll rush towards Orange Spots, who I assume is Archibald's one.
That was no, that was the one that's got Fenrir now.
Okay.
So-
In that case, I'm gonna go for goatee, and
Okay.
I'm gonna-
Yep.
All right, let's take you out, and rush up and sort of try to jam the my spike upwards, sort of between its mandibles, where I think it seems like it has a mouth.
Okay, go for it.
And I'm
It's
gonna
like-
do this recklessly.
These are what's causing the goatee, by the way.
Yeah,
It's like got unnaturally shortened like tendrils.
God
I'm gonna do
damn.
this recklessly.
Excellent.
Okay, that is a 19
That
to
hits.
hit. That's 13 damage.
Okay. Yep.
And then in my fervor, I'm gonna attack him again.
Okay. That's new.
Yep,
Nice.
that's 21 to hit.
21 hits.
And that's 8 more damage.
8 more damage. So that's
Yeah.
okay. Awesome. That's your turn.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Sariel.
I am going to use Cure Wounds on Archibald.
Okay.
Thank
How
you.
much do you heal?
So, math. 9.
Thank you.
Yeah, you get
I'm
9
up to
points.
full.
Sweet. Well
Sweet.
done.
Back to full.
All right, we're all good.
Are you doing anything else? No, you're gonna stand. Okay.
I'd like to use my legendary action to get ready to light these fuckers up.
Yeah, line 'em up.
Sulfur is her turn now. She is just next to you. So, oh no, sorry, she moved back to the one that Fenrir is engaged with. Yep.
I'm just going to bite it.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. She has advantage because pack tactics. And
16.
because it's oh no, never mind. 16. Okay, that hits.
Yeah, I think it still has to do the DC save.
It does, yeah. And it fails with a natural 1. So it falls, taking Fenrir with it.
5 damage.
5 damage, okay.
Can she aim at its mandible to try and get it to release? Fenrir?
Sure, I'll give Fenrir advantage on a check. He has advantage on it anyway,
Yeah.
I think.
Now he gets double.
Now it helps. So there you go. Is that her turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so the other two, that one is burrowing, but it's this one's turn, which was up with you, but it's now closer to Silkus, and it's going to go for you. That's only a 12 to hit.
Oh, only a 12, you say? Only a 12.
Yeah, it's.
Shield.
Shield, okay, so use your shield. As it comes,
I forgot you have a shield.
as it comes clattering up to you, it's chitinous legs just
Is this-
clattering along the road.
I'll
Is this
just.
the one that I was engaged with?
Yes, but you didn't grapple.
No, but
I'll,
it has run away from me.
You can
as
opportunity
soon as
attack.
as soon as attack, I just slam it down.
Yeah, okay. And it comes, and mandibles are coming at you, and you set the shield up, and the mandibles clamp around the shield, and you can see the shield itself buckle, but then they
You
withdraw.
could see
11, that
sweat
probably misses.
being down my,
11?
Yeah.
It does,
Alright.
miss,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
and I leave out a little squeal.
That one does not appear. You hear rumbling happening, but you don't know where. Archibald, your turn.
Through the wand. Just magic missile.
Roll your damage and your D100s.
Come on, you got this, man. You got this.
I can't believe you rolled well enough in the first couple episodes before the one was nerfed to activate it, and then now you can't after I nerfed it.
It's almost like a backlash of sorts from overpowered.
2, 10. Oh fuck! What am I doing? Yeah, 10 damage to the fucker that bit me, and now I'm gonna roll 100 on this, and it's gonna activate. 49.
49 unfortunately doesn't, but 10 damage.
I was hoping.
Yeah.
Okay. They're looking not great. It's looking a bit worn down, that one. Next to him.
Yeah, it's almost as if you nerfed my wand so far that
I
it's
did
an
not.
actual wand.
It's almost like you're...
I did not, I swear to you.
It's almost like you shouldn't have such a powerful weapon at level 4.
Guys,
You just can't
Yeah.
roll.
please keep rolling.
Sorry.
Fenrir is going to take 2 shots at the... He's going to try and break out of the grapple, for starters.
Come on. Do it.
Which
You got
I
this.
believe is...
Advantage.
That's his whole action, I believe.
Advantage.
Um,
Oh, God.
strength
I put it in the wrong
check
person. I should have put it in myself.
Only a 5. Sorry, only a 10. That does not do it, unfortunately. So he can't break out of the grapple. Is that...
It's sleeping. No, I'm a father, okay?
You're a nerd.
That's a father.
So, instead of that, he's going to give up on trying to break out, and he is going to Misty Step. And he's going to do so...
Burrow further in.
The motherfucker
He
let me
Misty
two
steps
around
out of
me.
he Misty steps out of the mandibles of the creature and out to the entrance where he can see both, and that is his turn.
Motherfucker, I'm off with both of them right there.
Silkus?
I'm a squished person in between. Alright. Hard in a rough place. Okay. I'm going to look. Which one that's currently surrounding me is
One is next to Fenrir, so...
he's teleported, right? So there's one behind me that attacked me. There's one that was trying to grapple.
Both ones you can see, right in front of you right now.
Yeah.
One was closer to Archibald that had John,
Okay. The one that's
come at you.
next.
And the one that was next to Fenrir is just about 10 feet away.
Okay. So there's one 5 feet from me.
Yeah.
I am going to look at it and say, "You don't want to hurt me. You like me." I'm going to give a nice smile as I use hypnotic gaze.
Hypnotic gaze.
Hypnotic gaze.
It is a wisdom saving throw, and it is not a spell.
That's the only one that's got a plus on, except for all the other ones that it's got
It's
a
alright,
plus
it's
on.
not going to do it. I believe
The
in
brain
myself.
stats. The other one's got pluses on. Wisdom save, that's only a 12.
It fails, so now, if I can find the fucking book. Thank you.
It's in your hand.
Does it have to understand your language?
No. It just, hold on, I'll get it, you know. Okay. As an action, choose one creature that you can see within 5 feet. If a target can see or hear you, it must succeed a wisdom saving throw against your wisdom spell DC or be charmed by you until the end of your next turn. The charmed creature's speed drops to 0. The creature is incapacitated and visibly dazed. On subsequent turns, you can use your action to maintain this effect, extending its duration until the end of your next turn. However, the effect ends if you move more than 5 feet away from the creature. If the creature can neither see or nor hear you, or the creature takes damage. Once the effect ends, or if the creature succeeds its initial saving throw against its effect, you cannot use this feature until you finish long rest.
Okay.
It's not attacking me anymore, bitches!
Okay, so it is immobilized, which means also it's incapacitated and takes auto crit if you hit, right, on incapacitated.
But don't
So
attack
there you
it. Leave it for last. I'll keep it
I'm
going.
gonna attack it with 3 scorching rays. That'll get rid of it.
go.
That's 42.
True, but we could get rid of the other ones first and then wait for this one.
That
This
is
is doing
that
nothing.
one. That's your turn.
Yeah, I get there, yeah.
The other one
What was that?
is very annoyed that Fenrir has escaped its grasp, and it is going to now come up and it's going to go for you again, Silkus, because you're the closest to it.
Okay. That's alright, that's fine, okay. Come on, bring it.
That's a natural 17 to hit,
Okay.
which is it's
That
I'd like you to
plus
make
five, so
a
that hits. Yeah, I'm taking damage on this one.
make a no, never mind.
Thanks.
That's cocked.
Okay.
Yep.
I know you talk.
Same number.
Uh-huh.
7, 13. So you take 16 damage, and you are grappled. Yes. So you are now clamped in its mandibles.
What's? Hold on. Oh, fuck. Wait. 16.
It's 11.
Thank you. I thought it was, but I was second guessing myself on that one. I'm grappled now.
John.
Can I contest that
It's your
grapple?
turn.
Sorry. Oh no, it's part of the
You're on
attack,
your
isn't it?
turn.
Sorry, go
You
on.
cannot.
Gonna rush over. No, you do not. And I'm gonna try and recklessly hit this one as well. Just
Which one? The one that's
the
incapacitated or
orange
the one
one,
that's attacked?
one that's just attacked.
Okay.
Oh, thank God. Capacitated,
Don't
so
worry.
to keep me
You'll
alive.
crit.
So Goatee is incapacitated, and he's attacking the orange.
Crit.
The orange one.
That is not a d20.
That's not a D20. That one was very good.
Okay.
Wow!
That's
Any-
good.
Double 19s.
Yep. So that's
Come on.
very hit.
Very hit, yep. Rolly damage. It's pretty good too.
Okay, so that is
7.
7 plus 8 is 15 damage,
Sorry.
Okay. Yep.
and I'm gonna just wrench it out and just stab it back into the same hole.
Okay.
No.
It hits, yes.
22. Another 11 damage.
Another 11 damage. Fantastic.
Oh.
Not looking so great. Alright. So, Sariel, is your turn here. You've got
Wait.
the one that
Yeah.
was behind you, you don't know where it is. Sorry?
Point me at one, I'm gonna shoot it.
Well, there was the one that Fenrir was stuck in the mandibles of, and that's the one that John
Actually,
is
did
now
my
attacking.
hunters mark the one that burrowed? Where the fuck is it?
Ooh.
Roll a perception check.
Wall hacks,
With
man.
advantage.
Come on.
With advantage.
With
Hunters
advantage
mark.
because Hunter's mark.
Hunters, yeah. It's not a little
Good, because I rolled a 2.
Roll a natural 20 and establish wall hacks.
established wall
Yes.
hacks.
Yeah, so we got a 6 because
6.
the other one was a nat 1.
You've lost track of the rumbling. You don't hear it anymore. So you're not sure.
Don't I
exactly
get
where it is.
innate scent?
No. There's no wall hacks in this game like there was in Gemprac.
Young Brick wasn't
Sorry to shit on
smart
you.
enough to.
You still got your action though. That was
To be
just
fair,
a
it was my fault that
that was just a preemptive.
I didn't
perception.
mention it because no one knew about that. About the wall hacks.
Shoot the orange one,
Okay.
the one that John's attacking.
15.
15 hits.
What's 8 and 6?
14.
So 17.
17
Nothing
damage. Okay.
Nothing alike.
With that, Sariel, you actually sink that into one of its beady little eyes, and it drops. And that is it. You actually wiped that one out. So that one is gone. Is that your turn? There is one left on the battlefield.
Oh, is it only one?
And it is
No
Sulphur's
one's the one
turn.
that burrowed.
It is well, yeah. Besides that one, we
Can I just
no
come
one
bite
knows.
it?
Go for it.
So anybody within 5 feet
Yep,
of it.
definitely.
Sweet.
I mean, it auto crits. So
17.
Okay, that
It
hits
auto
and auto
crits.
crit. So what's her max damage with the bite?
I'm gonna get attacked.
10.
2d4 plus 2.
Yes. Okay.
so 18.
Wait, no, it's not. 2d4. 4 and 4 is.
8.
So
Oh yeah, sorry.
18 crit.
18 crit. So that's
Yeah.
much better number.
Sorry,
18
my
crits.
math
That's
was
alright.
not-
That's alright. Okay. Yeah, it's not looking great either.
Oh,
And
shit.
it also has to make a wait. It fails.
It snaps.
auto fails.
Yeah.
It's prone
Oh.
because it's incapacitated, so auto fails its saving throw against Sulphur's bite.
Nice. It's no
there's no
longer
point.
under my gaze.
No longer
though.
under your charm. However, it is prone, and you are right there.
Sorry.
That's alright. It's okay.
It is its turn. That one I can wipe off.
Oh, sorry. I've been attacked once, haven't I?
It's going to use half of its movement to get up.
Quick question.
Mm.
Half of I have to do concentration because I've got enlarge.
Mm.
I just rolled 10 plus constitution, which is 13. No, do I say that?
How much was the damage? Do you know?
16.
Then
Yeah, you say.
Okay. Is it just half?
You had to roll
16?
10 or you had to roll 10 or half of the damage, but because the half damage was less than 10, it was just 10.
Okay, that's cool.
Um,
Continue.
so it's going to use half of its movement to get up, and then Silkus, you watch as it burrows straight into the ground underneath you.
Oh, I'm gonna attack it.
Sure,
No.
I'll allow it.
Is this
20.
the
Well,
current
it's
one?
moving out of his range. It's going
we
down,
also-
but it's moving out of his
Yeah,
range.
it's gonna.
Alright.
Yeah.
Do we also then?
21.
Yes, you
Yeah.
also do.
21 with my cane.
21 hits.
And
That hits.
that 22 hits.
It's always fun to use this thing. It's 1 point of damage.
Another 11 damage.
Oh, actually, yeah, it is only 1 point of damage. Yeah. It's
1
bludgeoning.
point of damage because you're punching it.
Well, yeah, it's -1 on my strength, so it's only
You know
1.
what's hilarious?
No.
Well, how would you like to do this?
What?
How would the both of you together like to do this?
I imagine I'm like cracking. Hang on, how are you doing?
I
What
got the
were you
cane. I'm
using?
just like,
I
ha!
imagine I'm like cracking a plate of its like cranium, like chitin open.
Oh,
chitin
you
open,
do that,
and then
and
you
I
just
just go
stab
on-
the thing right in.
I was thinking like you do
John
that.
like
I'm
rips
just like,
his faceplate off and
Yeah.
you just in the middle of its open flesh
ha!
face. And with that, you are out of
Can't press
initiative.
it. Oh,
And that is going to be where we end the session.
there you go.
I apologize for going so far over time. I drastically overestimated, or underestimated how long that was going to take, and also forgot about the time when I started the battle. So, thank you for everyone who came out and watched for so long, especially you Australians and Kiwis who were here until friggin' past 1 in the morning.
Speaking of Kiwis, Hannah,
Red Bull
thank you.
Fund.
Big thank you to Hannah.
Red Bull Fund.
Big thank you to Hannah for staying so long and bearing with it. If you have enjoyed tonight, feel free to give us a follow here on Twitch. It's always appreciated. You can join our Discord if you'd like to interact with us further. That's in the panels below, or you'll also see the invite link on our stream ending screen. Follow us each on Twitter. They're all around there. Mine is up over in that corner over there. You'll see that one up there. And of course the Max Altitude Twitter, which is up over there.
Do we have the artwork posted on Max Altitude?
We do not yet because our stream was the kind
Ah.
of the grand reveal.
Well, stay tuned for that because
I will show you all one more time.
Looks so good.
Here it is.
I just want to
Right
look
there,
at it
that's the
so many
artwork from
times.
Jore. Again, go over and give him a follow as well.
That's so cool.
Thank you, everyone. We will see you next time. Until then,
Stay frosty.
Goodbye.
take
Adios.
it easy.
And breezy.
Or don't. It's up to you.
We're not a cop. Or yet.
Why wouldn't
I'm
you?